Oh, I don't mean to start it. I just want to stop. Oh, I need to go back on Do Not Disturb. That's what it is. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Sorry over on the YouTubes. I had to do a restart, but I hope you enjoyed that amazing artist that you got to see for a minute over there. Let me pull myself back up. Over here. Right here. Okay. Now, I'm back over on the YouTubes. I'm back over here. Hopefully my sound is fixed over here. I am telling you, it is the weirdest sound you could, like, if I was still in religious psychosis, I would have thought that was a demon in my ear. It was so disturbing. So sorry about that, you guys. It is so weird. It happened yesterday too. I don't remember who I, was talking to or whatever, but I was like, whoa, wait, this is really distorted. Hey, Cynthia, welcome in. Welcome in, Godwin. Welcome in, KJ. Good to see you. Reckless, good to see you. Thank you for the heart, me. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Nancy, good to see you. You're always such a pleasant person to see in chat. I love seeing you. Shadow, how are you today? Happy Sunday, everybody. Mimi, I hope I don't miss anybody because I hate missing people. I hate when they're saying hi to everybody in chat and then they miss me. So I hate if I miss somebody when I'm saying hello to you guys. Good to see everybody. Open Book, good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. I had to do a quick restart. There was some very weird distortion in my sound. I hopefully fixed it. Like yesterday, all I had to do was restart. Hopefully that'll fix it today. But I cleared the cache from the app and restarted the app, and it was still doing it for a minute. So now I've also restarted my phone. So hopefully that'll fix it. Okay, let's try again.
Is it better?
Yay! Yes,
Okay,
I'm telling you, if I was still in religious psychosis, the sound that I hear when it does that sounds so demonic. It's like, and I'm like, that's what? But luckily, I am no longer in religious psychosis. I thought of that the other day too. My daughter called me and she goes, "Oh my gosh, Mom, I just had this like really weird thing happen to me." And I said, "What, honey, are you okay?" And she said, "Yeah, I was driving home from work and these two people like collided behind me and I felt them hit me and knock my car forward. And then they both took off and you could see pieces of their cars like, falling off, but like they're not pulling over." And I didn't know what to do. So I got off the freeway and I called my husband and then I checked my car and there's no damage. Like they didn't hit me, but Mom, I really felt it and everything. And I said, "Oh, honey, I wonder if like them colliding could cause enough air pressure or something to move to actually jolt your car forward." And then we looked it up and yes, that actually does happen. And so much so that if two cars collide behind you and that happens, it can actually damage your car without the cars actually hitting you.
What?
And yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So anytime that happens, you should actually have your car taken in because just because you don't see damage doesn't mean there's some kind of mechanical damage that didn't happen like in the undercarriage or something like that. And then after we got off the phone, I thought, oh, what a different person I am, because I would have said,
Jesus saved you.
oh my God, Jesus saved you,
He
honey.
picked the car up
It
and
really
moved it
was
for you. Jesus took the wheel.
I was like, oh, I'm different now.
Have you seen that video that's on the FYP where the lady is mad at her husband? Like, he's in the passenger seat and she's driving and they got to arguing. So she just takes her hands off the wheel and he's having to hold the steering wheel and drive. And she's sitting there looking out the window and he's like, take the wheel. And she's like, nope.
Oh
Like,
my
yeah,
gosh, no.
that's
Yeah,
Jesus.
I would have totally told her a different thing just a few years ago. I would have been like, oh, honey, thank you, Jesus. I'm so glad you protected my baby. Meanwhile, 2 other people's lives are shitty, but who cares? My baby's okay, right?
Your car, I don't have to pay a deductible.
Exactly, right? But okay, I'm gonna play my theme song real quick, and then we'll get into some icebreaker questions. I
Okay.
told everybody last time I would play this. I had forgot about it. I forgot it existed.
It's a brand new day and she's back again. Get yourself a beverage, let's get settled in. It's Decon Q&A with CrystalJae. Hey, all our favorite heathens gathered in one place. All our questions answered, our favorite creators on display. It's Decon Q&A with CrystalJae. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get ready for the fun. Decon Q&A with CrystalJae.
I have been doing Decon
Right
Q&A
then.
with CrystalJae for 1 year now. Isn't that cool?
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah. And it's been so fun because I've got to meet so many cool creators and ask you guys questions and laugh with you and have people come up and give you your flowers and stuff. So it's been really fun. I'm really glad I decided to do this.
Somebody said there's an audio issue on the YouTube.
Okay, you guys, I'm going to have to restart YouTube for you. I'll do my best. I'm really sorry. I don't know. I might be up over on the Deconstruction Junction YouTube. You guys could check over there. But I don't want to spend a lot of time trying to fix the YouTube right now because I always have YouTube issues. Like I always do. And until I upgrade my computer, that's just going to happen. So, okay. So I have icebreaker questions prepared for you this morning. Let me find them. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, in case you guys don't know, I know you all know Thinker. I know you know that, okay? But what I don't know is, do you know that Thinker has some amazing albums out? Okay, if you do not know that, you need to go check her out over on wherever you download your music, actually, anywhere. Okay, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you download music at, because her music was what inspired me to start writing songs. That she is literally the reason I wrote any songs to begin with. And it's incredible. You have 2 albums now, right?
Yeah, and I'm about to release another one with songs that I wrote. There's no theme to them. It's just me talking shit, like basically. Yeah.
I love that. Well, the album I wrote, I didn't have a theme to it either, because you're the one right before I released mine, which is what is your album title? The one with the women and the files.
Her voice.
Her voice, right? But isn't it like some or newly discovered
Unholy.
files or something like that?
Redacted files.
Redacted
Mhm.
files. Oh my God. It is so good. And you had just released that, and I was about to release mine, and I'm like, mine is not cohesive whatsoever. Hers is so cohesive. But yeah, so when you're writing music, what usually hits you first? Is it the emotion, the hook, or I need to say this before I explode type feeling?
Ooh, different. So it depends on the reason I'm right. Sometimes it is I need to say this before, you know, um I explode, and I'll just start writing what it is I feel like the universe needs to hear, like the world needs to hear at that time.
Yeah.
Um and then I always start my songs off with the hook, and then I write backwards from that. Sometimes I might write the second verse and then write the first verse of the bridge, but I always start with my hooks first because I feel like the bulk of the meaning of the song um, needs to be in the hook because that's the
Yeah.
repetitive part. And then sometimes I write like with the her voice. That was a theme, and it's still a theme because there are so many women in the Bible whose voices have not been heard. You know, they're parts of the stories, and then some of them are just supporting characters, like they're just mentions or bylines, and so they still have a story. Um,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Have you heard about my Auntie Sermons I've been doing?
I've heard of them. I haven't heard one yet, but I've heard of them.
Okay. The first ones are not are not as I didn't know where I was going with it at first, so they've gotten much better. But I wanted to start like really diving into every single woman that is mentioned in the Bible, whether it was a girl or girls, woman or women, named or unnamed,
Mhm.
and do sermons on them. And so I just started in Genesis, and we just did the three women at the end of chapter 36, and I would say their names, but I can't say them if I don't see the phonetical spelling. I'll butcher them. But they were three women in royalty at the end of Esau's genealogy. So it was really interesting. Like, I never learned about any of it. No, women are just not even taught unless you're taught to be like, oh, you should be like Sarah and have patience for an eternity,
Mhm.
or
Yeah,
something like that. They didn't really but they would go into the men, right? They would go into the genealogies and what does this mean, and why didn't you do that with me with the women? Why do you
yeah,
just erase them?
yeah. And so I think we're at a good time in the world to where we see a lot of women waking up, and
Yeah.
a lot of even men are saying, the women's voice is important and needed, and if we're going to fix the world. And so I think it's good to start with the women in that book, since the book has so much influence and authority over a lot of people's lives. And so my there's a with the intro and the outro on the album, it's basically telling a story. And I have
Mm.
the as I release each album, the the listener has to basically try to figure out what the story is for the intro and the outro, because I leave hints in
Yeah.
the album. But my goal is to bring forward the voices of the women in the book, but also in within the religion, the world of religion, to bring their stories out in the song with each album.
I love that. I love it. And I think that is something that I didn't know I needed at first when I was deconstructing. Like, I didn't know how much I needed music to express all the things that I was feeling. And when you first started, playing your songs on TikTok and stuff, I was like, oh my God, this is what I really needed. Like, this I love the community, and I love learning from everybody and stuff, but I really was missing the music too. And the way you express these women and these stories in your music, uh, I don't know. It's like the worship I was missing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of people were saying that that's what they miss about being a believer was the worship music. I don't necessarily miss the worship music, that, but I can understand, right, the dopamine effect and the feeling that it gives people. But and I think it's because no matter what, like I'm a singer, and I've always, engaged with music on that level, whether it was gospel music. Um,
Yeah.
so I didn't necessarily miss it, and so but I wanted to
That's
bring
probably
that to
it.
the yeah, and so but I wanted to
Yeah.
provide that for the people in the deconstruction community, so that they could get that feeling. And
Yeah.
so I started focusing on writing music that would give them that feeling, like with Hagar and Why I Left, like Live Song, um, Community.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's so good. Eve's song too, and then then your most recent Adam had a baby, or well, I don't even know if it's the most recent, but one of your most recent. I love that song so much. I love it too. That I will listen to your live, and then within a few days, you've got a song as a favorite, and I'm like, that's so amazing. Oh, you're so prolific on your writing. I'm very jealous about that. Like, it's amazing. What's the most ridiculous preconceived notion people have about you that makes you laugh? Instead, like, that just makes you think that's so weird that people think that.
um, I don't know. That makes me laugh. That's weird. I don't know what people
Like
think about
whether
me.
it's a Christians or something, like I think that Christians have a lot of preconceived notions about you, And
I'm
I
trying
think
to
that's
think.
why they don't come up on your show. But it's weird because they'll follow you into everybody else's show and then they won't come up when they're in your show. It's so weird.
Um, well, I mean, I know that I can be mean. I can be a bitch. So they're not wrong about that. Um, I have no idea. Like, and the crazy thing is, like, I don't care what a Christian thinks. I think it's funny that they are scared to talk
It's
to
true.
me. Yeah, but
I do think that's funny.
yeah, because you have this big, amazing God, and like if the crazy thing is that they saw me on the street or in a grocery store or something, and if they said God bless you, I would just say I don't believe in God, and I would say, but I hope you have a good day. Like I wouldn't curse them out or anything like that,
Right.
um, unless they got smart. Because I my goal is to respect the existence and the day of every human being, and then to treat them the way that they teach me to treat them. Like that's my goal. I don't have um, preconceived notions about somebody just because they identify as a Christian. They may be a Mildred, right? Even though Mildred
Yeah.
believes in this God and she's holding on to it, she's still someone that is respectful and deserves the respect in return, right? And so I think believers
Yeah.
think that I just hate Christians and are eating babies, and I think they think that I'm just like
Yeah.
the walking devil.
I do think that they think that sometimes. I'm like, what do they think? Like, do they think that you're at home, like doing witches' brews and like
I
little,
think so.
satanic rituals and stuff? I don't know. It's wild to me. The things that they come in saying in your chat is just wild. And then they won't get up there. They just will not get up there. Um,
But they'll swear up and down that they cast out demons in church. That they're doing
right.
exorcists in church and stuff, and but they're afraid. Like if I'm a demon or a devil, you got like front row seat and open access to come on stage and like cast the devil out, but they never do it. And that's why I loved when
They never
Days
do.
used to do his lives, and he would tell them to come and cast a demon out of
Yeah.
him. That shit used to be funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious. He did a couple of lives recently, but they were just his conversation lives. But it was good to see him around. Every once in a while, like you know, actually, you almost can clock it before it happens, but you will, in the conversation, it will switch. What is something that really automatically is going to make the conversation flipping not go well? What is something that they say that can make that happen?
That a believer can say.
Yeah.
Um,
What is one of the things that they say to you that where you're like, all right, this is not going to go well?
when they're saying, oh, that word doesn't mean that, you have to, because you don't have the Holy Spirit. Like as soon as they say that right there, because you don't believe or because you don't have the Holy Spirit, I know that the conversation is going to go south because that means that they're about to start gaslighting me and they're about to start lying. They're
Yeah.
about to start changing definitions of words. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That drives me absolutely crazy too. I cannot stand that. Um, if you wrote a song inspired purely by the worst internet argument you've ever had, what would it be about?
Crystal, you're asking me to remember shit that I empty my brain at the end of the night. I'm trying to think.
That's true.
Mm,
Okay.
well, let me see. Mm, the worst, the worst one. Hell, I can't even
It
remember the
has to be about
conversations from last
like
night.
McCoy. It's got to be like
I don't remember shit
McCoy or
McCoy
J.
said. I don't remember. I definitely don't remember any conversation with J Rob had. Damn. Oh no. I think I've already did. I think the song is Adam Had a Baby. Because
Oh,
we have so much misogyny that comes on my stage, and Adam Had a Baby is a result of all of those songs. And then I think Gotta Be Those Demons would be the next one because they're always calling us demons.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are the worst conversations. But last night we had a one where we were talking about whether men actually have orgasms, since straight men have orgasms because they don't know where their G spot is because they're homophobic. And there was a
That
Christian
is
guy in the chat. Now, mind you, I had talked straight shit about Yahweh and Jesus for about 30 minutes straight. And that guy stayed in the chat, just, I'm going to pray for you, blah, blah, blah. And then the moment I said that a man's G spot was in his anus, he hits request. And then so we're on stage going back and forth. And I said the Bible. He said something about the Bible. Basic instructions for leaving Earth, and I said no. I said the Bible needs to stand for bust it, bust it, bust it, baby, let it in. And I sung it because he was mad because I was like, if you don't let anybody back there to play with it, then you'll never know what an orgasm's like. And he was like, that's not Jesus like. And he said the Bible is basic instructions for leaving Earth. And I said, no, the Bible is busted, baby, let it in.
Oh my god, that cracks me up. There was this lady recently who said, I was in the comments and these people were fighting, and this one woman said, I do not take insults from somebody whose G spot is in their ass. That is just the best. Oh my goodness. Is there a place in the world you've never been to, but you'd like to, go to next, or, like is on your bucket list?
I do want to go to China or Japan, um,
Oh,
somewhere
I
over
do
there.
too.
Like I've been to Asia before, but not. I've only been to India, so I do want to go to China or Japan next.
I do too. I have wanted to go to Japan for a long time. My son has been once or twice now recently. And so we want to do a trip where we all go together sometime. I'm maybe this year. We don't know. Like sometimes they are like, hey, we'll pay. Let's go. And so I don't know if that's what they're planning, or if not, then it will be a year or so from now. Um, What's a topic you haven't written music about yet that you're low key like thinking about tackling? Or do you just write no matter what? Like, or do you write down ideas? Do you have like a little notebook of like, hey, here's some future ideas? Or?
Yeah, I do. But 9 times out of 10, I don't go back to it. Because most of my writing is very
I do that
spontaneous.
too.
Yeah, most of my writing is very spontaneous. I wrote a song called "Dear Daughter." My daughter was going through a breakup, and oh my baby's heart was so broken, and I felt so helpless because I know that only time was going to heal her, and I wish that I had superpowers to take her pain away. And so I wrote her a song saying that and detailing when I was younger, what I went through, and that I would be right here holding her. And, if I had superpowers, I would take her pain away. But since I don't, I'm not going to judge you. I'm going to cry with you. And just remember that, I'm your mom. I'm a woman and a fellow brokenhearted girl. And so at first she didn't want to hear the song because she wanted to get back with him. She's like, it's making me think we're not going to get back together. And I was like, I'm not saying you're not going to get back together, but I'm saying, time heals, and don't beat yourself up. Don't hold on to him thinking that you need him for your confidence.
Yeah.
But now she listens to the song all the time. So yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool. My daughter went through a breakup in it was like 2017, and it was hard as a mother. She lived with me too, and just to hear her cry at night and stuff, it just
Yeah.
I remember telling like her brother and her sister, I said, I need her to get mad. Like once she gets mad, we can like the healing will begin. But I can't be the one to try to get her like there because I'm her mom. I can't, because then it would be like, you just don't like him or whatever. It'll be that, and it won't be that. No, I can see this from the outside. Once you get to that state where you realize, like, fuck him, you'll start healing,
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what she did. She finally got to that, and she was like, she came to me, and
Yep.
she had her fist balled up. And I was like, what's wrong? She's like, I just want to. She said, I'm so angry. She said, I should have punched him. And I was like, oh, she's about to heal.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And I was like, once she gets to that, it stops thinking that her whole life is so much better now too. Like, significantly better, and
Yeah.
I needed her to get there and so she could see it, Um, what food okay, wait. I want to know if I remember this correctly. A long time ago, weren't you on your show talking about how people eat spaghetti and fish together and you think that's the weirdest combination?
No, I love spaghetti and fish.
Is there like a
Dudette.
spaghetti? Maybe you were saying, it was
Yeah.
Dudette. She was
Dudette
saying
thinks
that.
it's weird. But
That's why you love it, and Dudette thinks it's weird.
I think it's weird
I
that people
remember
eat
that.
macaroni noodles and chili.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay, so you guys started talking about that. So, what is another weird food combination that equally offends you
That I like.
that you don't like?
Oh. Oh man. Another one that I don't like. I don't know what weird stuff people eat. Somebody had mentioned, oh my God, what did they say? Mayonnaise and fruit, some mayonnaise and watermelon or something. It was something that they were putting mayonnaise on. It was a fruit. And I was like, are you like
My mother used to make us eat Miracle Whip on a pear half. Like,
what?
out of a can of pears. And my kids didn't believe me about this. And I found the ad for it from like the 70s where Miracle Whip had put this like little stupid recipe in like a magazine or
Oh
something.
no.
And she would put a piece of iceberg lettuce down on a little plate and she would put a pear half on that. And then she would do like a dollop. And I don't mean whipped cream. I mean Miracle Whip, the fake mayonnaise. And she would put that on top of it and we had to eat that. It was so gross.
That sounds
I
gross.
hated that.
You know what it was? It was Miracle Whip on sweet potato, and I was like Miracle Whip on like a baked sweet potato is what she was saying, and I was
Ah,
like, wait, do y'all think that the miracle that the white stuff on top of a baked sweet potato is Miracle Whip and not marshmallows? Like, why are you putting
right?
Miracle Whip on a baked sweet potato? But she was like, it's good. I was like, no,
No. Mm-mm. Nope. We don't like Miracle Whip anyway. Like, what are we doing here? No, no Miracle Whip for
no,
me.
I like Miracle Whip. That's why I also made me Miracle Whip tank top. Did you see this shirt also made for
Oh no,
me?
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
cute. My mom loved Miracle Whip too. I maybe that's why I don't like it though. Was she made me eat it with peaches? You know what I mean? Or
yeah, yeah,
pears. If she wouldn't have made me eat it with weird stuff, I might actually like it. You know, but
yeah.
she made me eat it with weird stuff. Um. Okay. So I heard that you are doing something. Are we allowed to say what you're going to be doing on a special?
Yeah, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So I'll just ask you, how
But we
excited
can.
are you?
I'm really excited. I can tease an announcement. That's about it. They said, but
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, Thinker's got things in the works, you guys, and they're exciting. And so you guys, you're gonna be so happy. Um, okay. So if you could live anywhere in the world right now, where would you live? Would it still be here? I mean, like you could have your whole family, everything. So it's not like that you have to go, oh, I don't want to move
Mm.
away because I don't want to be far away. You could have that whole thing, but you could live anywhere. And it wouldn't be
Anywhere
Donald
in the
Trump's
world.
America.
Oh, yeah, it wouldn't be. I don't. I do want to leave America one day. And honestly, it's like Ireland.
Mm,
My great grandfather's family is from Ireland, and like I've researched Ireland and Singapore, like places like that, that have very different environments. They're also, you know, not race like the racism there isn't like it is in America and other places.
yeah.
And so I wouldn't mind settling somewhere quiet, in the like that, or or China or Japan. Um, yeah.
All right. Well, you guys, now it's time for you to come up and ask your questions, give Thinker her flowers. All the times where you wanted to talk to her, she's right here, right now. You can talk to her. Put your requests in. If you are too shy, maybe you don't have a mic or a way to talk to her, you can always ask your question and I will read it to her. But please put it in all caps. My mods will not mute you because it'll make it easier for me to see. And Ty, here, am I up over on the Deconstruction Junction YouTube channel? Because I took mine down because the sound was horrible. Let me know if I'm up over there on the Deconstruction Junction. Hey, Dr. Bowen, how are you today? Give me 1 second, Thinker, while I check to see if I'm up over on Deconstruction Junction. I don't think I am. And it's okay if I'm not, Tahir. I just was wondering. Good morning, Grana.
Good
Hey, Grandma.
morning. Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm not feeling good, but I'm fine. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Just like a cold or something, no
Oh,
big deal.
okay. Okay. Don't make us worry about you. You laughing? I'm serious.
Oh, I hear you. Well,
Yeah.
you have those days, but then you just meet with Crystal and Thinker, and then you're fine.
That's good. Hope you feel better soon.
Thank you. I'll wait till
Did you have
Crystal
some
gets
questions for
ready.
Thinker?
Yes, I do. So my question is, when you started doing all of this deconstruction stuff on live, when did you all of a sudden hit that moment where you're like, oh my gosh, there are a lot of people? And how did you deal with that?
When you say a lot of people, like, Was
So you
I
suddenly looked up
my
in your live and you're like, whoa, what happened? You know, when that day
oh
happened.
it was the day that we hit over 1,000 in the live, and we just started taking screenshots and celebrating. Yeah, I've always been public facing, so stage fright for me wasn't really that big a thing. I was more so my nervousness would come from, am I going to be able to keep these people engaged?
Mm.
And the topics that I'm talking about, because I always thought that I was a nerd and boring with the stuff that I wanted to nerd out on. But I found a whole bunch of people who were nerds just like me, so it made it really easy for me to just be myself and talk. So I really wasn't the amount of people in the room. I don't think there's enough in there right now. I want there to be more people in there because we have a whole lot of people to talk to. But I think for me, the holy shit moment was when I realized that it was so many believers who thought the way that they think. That I had a bigger holy shit moment with that than I did the amount of people in the live. If does that make sense?
Oh yeah, that makes sense because
Yeah.
I kind of went through that too. I'm listening to these deconstruction lives and I'm hearing all these people who are like perfectly fine with babies being killed and stuff like that. And you're just like,
Yeah,
are you, is this real? And it's not just one person, it's person after person after person.
exactly. And I remember when I first got on TikTok, I saw a lot of racism that I had not experienced. Like where I'm from, like the experiences of racism would have been like a drop here, a drop there. So I was very naive in thinking that the world had been fixed, that those days were long, long ago. And when I got on TikTok, the racism was just flying back and forth. And I remember laying in my bed crying. And then I started to see videos of incels say the things that they were saying about Black women. And I cried. And I was like, okay, what the fuck? Like, what can I do to fix this conversation? Because I knew like the conversation needed to change and the conversation needed something different. So I started teaching about Black history and untold American history because I'm like, we need to tell the truth about what happened in the South so that these conversations can change and lead towards healing, if that makes sense. And then it's switched to people started saying stuff about Christianity and slavery and Black people. So then I was like, okay, here's another conversation that we can have. So I started changing my content to teaching what I had been studying about Christianity. And then Ria did a video asking if the slave master and the slave were praying to the same God whose prayers are getting answered. And that was my first time seeing anybody that looked like me question the God. And I was like, holy shit, she thinks like me. And I reached out to her, didn't know her, just messaged her. And I was like, hey, do you want to go live tonight? And I was like,
Wow.
do you want to go live? And she was like, yeah, when? And I was like, tonight, 8 o'clock. And we've been doing lives ever since.
Oh, I love that
Oh,
story so much because I didn't know that was the origin story. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
that's amazing. You just saw a kindred spirit in there and you're like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, that's so cool. Well, I
And
really appreciate it
Fee is
because,
amazing.
oh, yeah.
Yeah. I met Fee in Bash's live. There was a Christian who had came up on Bash's stage, and her name was Fee. And she was saying the most craziest stuff. And so Fee wanted to separate herself from that Fee. So she named herself Not That Fee. And I thought that was so hilarious. And and so then the next time I went live, she came into my live and I invited her up. And the moment she spoke, I was like, oh, you got to come back. Like, you got to come back. And so I just started adding her to the stage every time she came in. And then one day I just said, Fee is a host. I didn't even ask her. I was like, she's a host. So she's just been a host ever since.
Well, I love it because when you and Fee are together on stage, you absolutely fill in any gaps. So there are no gaps in stories. It seems like there are no gaps in research. You just like magically fill in wherever the other person doesn't have knowledge. And you're like, how do you do that? You're like,
I think we lean really heavy on each other and our areas of strength in our knowledge, and then where we know that we are weak at, we allow the other to pick up, and we kind of have that dynamic, and I love that about Fee. I'm working on trying to get Fee into some other stuff. That's the announcement that's coming up. My hope is to get Fee involved in that too, and then maybe I can talk them into letting me and Fee do some type of show to bring in more people within our community into the world of atheism, like even just engaging. I think that that would be good for ACA. But I'm hoping, you know, so, yeah.
We have a funny question in comments. Is Rita the same person as Fee? No, no, they are not the same.
Who is Rita?
Did I say? She did write Rita. I was like, wait, did I say it wrong or did she type it wrong? I read it. It's Rhea, and no, they're not the same person. Rhea and Fee are not the same people.
Oh, definitely not. Rhea is a firecracker. Rhea's a firecracker.
well, I appreciate what you all do because as a white person, there's a lot of knowledge I need that I don't have. And
And we're all missing knowledge.
and I feel like not only from you guys do I learn like what I'm missing as far as especially American history and Christian history and racism and stuff, but I feel like when I talk to you, I know what to look for. Like I know where to go. Where a lot of times you're just like, is this story real? I don't know if this story is even true, you know? So I appreciate that because it gives me a place to go to study.
I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love that.
Well,
absolutely.
because
You
I
guys,
grew
the
up in a
guest box
Christian
is
church,
open.
in Christian schools, so I didn't learn much at all about it.
I went to public school and didn't learn much. And I think that it says a lot that you're willing to like still learn. I think there are a lot of people who start to get older and they stop and they start turning off, anything that teaches them something new. I don't know why. It's like they go, yeah, I've just kind of learned all I wanted to learn and that's it. But I think it says a lot about people who continue to learn throughout their entire lives.
Yeah. I will say I went to public school too, and it does seem like the public school is established the same way the church is. Like they have their doctrine and they don't want to add anything to it. And as a matter of fact, they're taking stuff away.
Oh, they are
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
crazy. So I was a teacher for many
Absolutely.
years, and the best school I taught at was a Jewish day school because they don't have like any issues with you teaching about slavery because they went through something fairly similar in their history, but very different at the same time. So they want you to teach about it as much as you can and to compare and contrast and say, hey, it's not about what we went through, it's about the fact that we should never let this happen again. Kind of. I mean, of course, it is about what we went through, but it's not in going forward. We need to make sure we understand this so we don't let it happen again. And I think a lot of people
Absolutely.
lose that. They lose that. Like we have to understand this, or we can be scared.
Yeah, and they're using history against us, and their strategy and their planning. That like they pull this social lever every time they feel like they're about to lose control. There's a social lever that they pull, not a real lever, but you know what I mean. Like they know when to go back into history and execute, one of these strategies, and it always tends to be the same strategy, but a different target or a different victim each time. And there's a book called "The Invention of the White Race" that actually talks about that social lever and how often that social lever is being pulled and what signs to look for each time the social level has been pulled. And when I saw the signs in 2020, I started like sounding the alarm, like, y'all better wake up because, such and such is about to happen. And here we are. Like, they're literally using history against us right now.
Yeah,
Well, and
they
like
are.
learning from the Jewish people at the Jewish State School, I saw it way long before a lot of other people saw it. Not saying that there weren't people who saw it, but just because I knew about Kristallnacht or the Night of Broken Glass and how they used that to basically know that the Holocaust could happen, because they're like, well, no one argued, so we can do whatever we want. We know it now. And I saw just those little things that came about before that happening in our country. And they're happening today. And now they're building concentration camps. And
I would have never thought that I would live in a time where concentration camps were a thing. I remember reading them in the history books when they did that to, the Japanese and here. And we are in 2026. There are concentration camps,
yeah,
and they're building some here in my state, and they're using the private prisons. And I never would have thought that we would be back here. Like, it is, I don't know. I don't even have words for it.
no.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring it
I
to
don't
us that
either.
level. But
Like, one day we'll be reading about how they pay reparations to these people, the same way they did, the agents that were here at that time. We'll be reading about how they pay reparations.
wow.
Yeah, I'm with you, Thinker. I grew up. My father fought in 2 wars. He fought in the Korean War and World War II. I grew up in a world where we were taught what a schnazi. We were allowed to say the word because we were allowed to say how fucking evil Schnazis were. Okay, I have
Yeah.
to mask that word. That's crazy to me. I could say Shitler in public, and we were taught what to look for. We were taught to never allow this to happen again. And I made a video not very long ago because the very people who raised me and taught me this also raised me to be conservative. How did you grow up in a world where Hitler grew into power and you raised me to be conservative? How did you do that?
That's that power of
First.
brainwashing.
Yep. Yep. And I remember always thinking, like, what side would I have been on? Would I have fucked up? Would I have gone along with everybody? And it was like a real moral issue that sat with me at a very young age. Like, I thought about it on so many things. Like, would I have been a colonizer? Would I have been a Schnazi? Would I have been one of these people? And it bothered me. And I didn't think I was going to live in a time in my life where I would know the answer to that question.
Wow, that's powerful. I don't think I could see you making TikToks talking about Donald Trump. I don't think I could see you talking about
I'm
Donald
glad.
Trump save us. Like, I don't think so. Yeah.
I'm glad because one time I went into a live with where Oso and Lortz and everybody was, and they were like, "Crystal, were you just on a live talking about Donald Trump?" And I'm like, "What? No!" And they were like, "Are you sure you're not?" They said they heard somebody, and it sounded just like me. I never found that person, but I am glad people realize that is not me. That is not me.
Well, and
No, I
another thing,
remember you cut somebody off for being racist. That was a friend of yours, and you like completely severed all ties with them because they said something that was inappropriate. And it's like you don't give room for grace for shit when it comes to stuff like that. You will cut them off quick, passing in a hurry. And
she
so
wrote a
yeah,
song
I
Yeah,
about it.
definitely
I don't.
She
yeah,
wrote
I
a song
definitely
about
can't
it.
see
Did
that.
you know that, Thinker?
No, I didn't. What's the song?
She wrote a
I wrote it's a 3-part little EP. It's called A Seat at the Table. And what happened was there was a Christian that was in this community. Okay. And everybody was like, this person's a unicorn Christian and everything. But when I would talk to this Christian man, he would tell me that the reason he's still a Christian is because he felt like he could maybe help dismantle it from the inside. And I was like, that's just a fucking bullshit thing people say while they are benefiting from every fucking thing that gives them, right? You're a white Christian man. You fucking benefit from it. You're not trying to dismantle it from the inside. And it really bugged me because everybody really kept pushing like I should like this person, and all I could see was a schnazi. That's what I saw when I talked to him. I was like, you're just like the people who would sit with the schnazis and say, I'm not a schnazi, while sitting with a schnazi. So I wrote a song called A Seat at the Table, and it ended up being so long that I cut it into 3 parts. And the first part is about 2 little boys who grew up together, and one is a Jewish boy and one is a German boy. And the little, the Jewish boy sees the German boy as they grow up hanging out with the schnazis. And basically it says, you don't have to turn them in to help them take their lives. And then the second song is because there was a girl in this community who I really liked and everybody really liked too. But her best friend and this person that she hangs out with every day, she supports them, is a maggot, racist, fucking transphobe. And so I went to her privately and I said, I cannot be your friend anymore. And I'm sorry. And I understand you've never said anything racist or, transphobic or any of that, but the people you hang around do, and you say nothing. And I can't do it. I can't do it. Well, she took it very public. she thought public? She would. Yeah, she told everybody. She made a video saying that, joking around about how her sister called and said, "Whose throat do I need to slit?" About me.
Oh wow!
And I was like, "Oh, okay. Wow. Well, I was trying to do this in private." So the second table is me walking away from her table because what?
Oh wow!
And her hanging out with, and then the third table thinker is about me wondering where do I sit. I'm sorry, I always get like choked up, and I think every day how fucking lucky I am that I get to sit at a table with people like you and people like Grandma Xana. And I think, I don't know what I did to deserve this, but in the song, it's Ishtar is the narrator, and she's the one talking to me about these different tables. And she says, because of the seats that you chose not to sit at is why you're standing here today. And
I fucking love you, Crystal. But the reason why you're here is because you're authentic, you're real, and you love people. You love people. And yes, and you put people before you, and you don't have to do that. And you are an advocate. You go hard for the things that you care about, and that is seen, right? And it's appreciated. You saw that like when the community came through for you. All they had to say was Crystal was in need, and the community shows up because you show up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you show up, and you deserve it. And my ass. If I didn't think that you deserved it, I'd have told you. But
I know, and I'm glad.
But I'm glad to know you, and it's an honor for me to know you as well. I fucking call you friend. Like you're a friend of mine, and like you deserve it all.
I feel very lucky, I just love our community so fucking much. I really do. It's really been the best community, the healthiest community, and like we do keep each other safe too. There are sometimes shitty people who infiltrate our fucking community, and we don't put up with them. You can go, you don't get to be here. You don't get to sit at our table, okay?
Exactly. Yeah.
Hi, Annika. How are you today?
Well, I'm
Hey,
gonna let
Annika.
Annika take
Okay,
over.
Grana.
But I want to say I'm
Have
glad
a
I
good
sit
day,
at
Grana.
all of your tables, including you, Annika. It honors me every day. Thank you so much.
Me too.
Well, thank you, Grana, and feel better.
Well, Crystal, I have seen you get a glow up from this community. I'm not sure who else has seen it, but it's been truly lovely to see you blossom with support of people that care. And
Thank you.
yeah,
I was very depressed when I first met all of you, and I've told people this story before. If you scroll back in my timeline, I'm in bed when I first start on TikTok. I'm in bed. I'm depressed. My hair is barely brushed. I don't. I was depressed, and then I met all you guys, and it made significant changes in my mental health. It helped me understand so many things that I didn't understand that came from this fucked up religion that I was indoctrinated into, right? And I already didn't believe, but I didn't understand how deconstructing the hatred, how the self-hatred too, like, how much you have to hate yourself to be a Christian, especially as a woman or a
absolutely.
marginalized person. You have to
Yeah.
fucking hate
Yeah.
yourself.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And most of us did. I told you when I was a believer, I
Yeah.
wanted to take my life all the damn time. And
Hmm.
it
Yeah.
is amazing. I remember one day, you know that song in church we was saying, I once was blind, but now I see.
Yes.
The I was oh
Amazing
goodness,
Grace.
Amazing Grace, yeah. And that's how I feel. And I can sing that song now and actually mean what I'm saying,
Yeah.
you know, because
Yeah.
I I do feel like I see now and I can live now. I can breathe now. The even despite the fucked up shit in the world, the air, it's clear, it's clean, it's crisp, if that makes sense. Where before you could feel the gloominess and see the gloominess and smell the gloominess, and it always felt gloomy and dark. But even on our worst days, I can feel and be grateful for the beautifulness that is in the world, the beautifulness that is
Yeah.
me, that is my children, that is my home, that is this community, right? That is my life. I am grateful for every bit of it, right? And I can still cuss a motherfucker out because they don't give a
Yeah.
damn about children getting slaughtered in Gaza, right? And I can
Yeah.
still cry for the children in Gaza, and advocate, for children in Sudan and Congo, and um, I for some when we were believers, it was like we had to put on this fake facade and pretend like everything is okay in order to say God is good,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's so true. I don't know if I've ever told you this before, but man, one of the most horrible things I think I did as a Christian, and I don't try to go there because I was indoctrinated, right? So I was indoctrinated since I was 3. I didn't, I can't blame myself for everything I did that was fucked up because I didn't know better, right? I thought I was doing the right thing, but there is one that really eats me, and that's a friend of mine was in a mental health hospital, and I went by to visit him, and he asked me how I got over my depression because like an idiot, I thought like I was healed from my depression. Like I thought, oh, this isn't a lifelong thing that I actually have. I'm over it because I'm healed from Jesus, right? So I told this man who was in a mental health facility that I just got up every day, and even if I didn't feel like it, even with tears pouring down my face, I would say, "This is the day that the Lord hath made, and I will rejoice, and I
Mm-hmm.
will, I will rejoice and be glad in it." And like, I thought that was a fucking magic fucking thing to say to somebody who is in a mental health facility, and
Well, you
that's so
didn't know any
fake. That's
better.
so horrible. I know, I didn't. And I
Yeah.
really thought I was healed. It would be the next bout of depression where I would go, oh, I'm depressed again. I was just not depressed. I didn't realize it.
You were sick
But
yourself. That's okay.
I was mentally ill, telling a mentally ill person how to get better when I wasn't better myself. But you know what? When you don't have the the religion, you realize, like, oh, you know what? You realize how many things you don't have the answer for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because as a Christian, you think you have an answer for everything, every single thing. Oh, you're sick, Jesus. You lost your homework, Jesus. Okay, your car won't start, Jesus. Okay.
You
When
lost
you
your homework,
don't
Jesus.
have it, right? It's just Jesus, right? But he's stealing all your homework. he's he knows why your car's broke because he's the one who broke it. It's Jesus.
Not he's the
No,
one
but
who
when
broke
you,
it.
I'm gonna start telling them that when they tell me that I had a miracle. I'm gonna say, I know, because Jesus broke it first. That's why he knew how to fix it. But when you quit believing, you can say confidently, okay, that sucks. I'm sorry. Your car is broken down. I don't know how to fix that, but maybe I could call a mechanic for you or something. Like, you're okay
Exactly.
with not knowing things.
Yeah, and okay with not being okay, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll get messages from people within the community that they're like, I don't know how to say this, but I'm not okay. And I'm like, just like that, you're not okay, and that's okay. There's no shame in not being
Yeah.
okay. And I like the fact that, in this community, we are training ourselves because I'm still learning, right? I don't have it 100% figured out. I have my tech company, and that's been one of the hardest things in my journey is building this damn tech company, having the pressure of investors, right? And the annual report is like it's annual report time right now, and I'm fucking dreading it. But
Mm.
because it's not where the company isn't where I want it to be, and having to still, you know, get the confidence, the strength to continue to build until it gets to where I need it to be. It's we're all in this place in our journeys to where we're like, hey, I need support and humans to lean on, and there's no shame in that. It's when you think that you have to do it yourself with a God, like you think you're doing it with a God, right? But really, it's you, encouraging yourself. A song that I used to sing to myself when I was a Christian was sometimes you have to encourage yourself. I'm hoarse. Sometimes you have to speak victory during the test. That song. And I was always
Yeah.
encouraging myself. But now, right, now that I'm no longer doing that and saying, hey, I'm not okay, right, and verbalizing that to people that I trust, I have humans who can pour into me, even if it's just a, hey, you can do it. What do you need from me? Uh People come into the live and into the community and say, I'm about to get evicted. I don't know what to do. I would have never asked anybody before. I would have just sat here and just, tried to figure it out on my own and end up getting evicted. Now we have people not getting evicted because
Yeah.
they're okay with not being okay. They know that they can ask for help and not feel shame. for asking for help. And that's what it's about, right? That's a part of growing, a part of deconstructing, a part of learning how to um, lean on the humans that are around you, you know, for
Yeah,
real support. And that's when depression starts to heal, because the things that you've been praying for, the things that you've been asking for, expecting for God to do, you're actually getting in real people in real time, And so
absolutely.
you start to heal. Yeah.
We denied
I think that,
ourselves. W-
yeah,
We denied ourselves. Yeah. And we're
Absolutely.
not denying ourselves anymore. I
Yeah.
think this belief system teaches self harm.
absolutely. I think that verbalizing things was one of the healthiest things that I did for my mental health. When I start to feel depression sink in now, I tell people like this, I just want you to know I'm feeling this way, because before what I would do was begin to isolate and withdraw, and it would be a while before they would start going like, wait, are you okay? But now I tell them right away, like when I first start to feel that the fog coming in, and a lot of times it doesn't come in with how drastic it used to, because I do end up having a support that can nurse me back to health a little, because it's like being sick. It's like having the flu, but it's my mental health instead that's bogging me down. We do have a question in the comments that was a little while ago, and Marcia, I'm so sorry. Thank you for your patience with me. She says, I'm an agnostic atheist. My daughter is 32 years old and became a Christian. How would you handle that?
Um, so from me and my mom, I don't know if you said her name is Margot. Is it
Marcia, I think.
Marsha?
Marcia.
I don't know
Mhm.
if Marsha's ever heard me talk about the relationship between my mom and I, but it was really rough because I was deconstructing. Like, we've always had a rocky relationship since I was 14, because she kicked my ass out when I was 14. But over the years, when I became a Christian, we had a relationship while I was a Christian and a missionary, because that's all my mom knows is God. But the moment that I started deconstructing, it got worse. Like, our relationship got worse, and we were arguing all the time. And to the point to where there were times where she was blocked for 6 months to a year. And I had to set boundaries with her, because one day she called me and she said, I need to know if you've blasphemed the Holy Ghost. And I said, why do you need to know that? And she said, because I need to know. And I said, it's none of your business. Like, what I have going on with God is between me and God. You're not invited to that. And that was the first time that I ever set a hard boundary with my mom, to let her know that there's a part of me that you're not entitled to, just because you're my mom. And when I started setting those boundaries, she didn't respect them at first. So I had to enforce them, and let her know that if you can't respect this boundary, you won't have a relationship with me at all. You won't have any access to me at all. And eventually, over time, she just started respecting the boundary, and now we have a relationship. It's not like as close. Um, we've never been, as close, but it is a relation. It's a respectable relationship. When we see each other, we can laugh and talk about other things other than the God. Um, we like we we help each other out when we need things, and it's worked for us, right? Setting those boundaries. So I would say very early on for you, Marcia, is respect your daughter's right to believe what she believes, and give her the grace that she needs to be able to figure that out. um don't clown her for her belief. If she, set boundaries early on, let her know that your relationship with her as daughter is your relationship, and whatever relationship she has with her God needs to stay with her, and it doesn't need to spill over into your relationship as her mom. And as long as y'all can respect those boundaries, I think y'all will be good. If she chooses not to respect the boundary, you have to figure out how you're going to enforce them, and if you can, because if you have very weak boundaries there, it will jeopardize your relationship with her if she feels that she can cross over into that, and she doesn't. Her goal is to get you to cross over to her side, if that makes sense. So I would just say strong boundaries up front, defining the relationship, you and her as mom and daughter, friends, if you consider yourself friends, and then her and her God is separate and it should not cross over. Then y'all should be okay. I have a 17-year-old son who is a Christian. We talk about my atheism. We talk about his Christianity. Um, I asked him the question, all the questions, same type of questions I ask on the live, and it has not interfered with our relationship. Him and his God, is completely separate from me and him as mother and son and friends, because my children are my friends as well. I hope that helped.
Yeah, I think so. My children are my friends too, and you know, their thing, like my daughter-in-law, I think she's still a Christian right now at this point. They don't go to church or anything yet, but she's like my best friend. I mean, and she watches me more than my kids do, so she knows more. Like she's heard all my music. She knows. She comes in the live every once in a while and stuff, but she's my best friend. So yeah, I think that you can have very healthy relationships and still like we know how each other feels, like I know why she's a Christian. She was indoctrinated like I was. I can't fault her for
Yeah.
that.
May I add, there are massive plot holes in these books, and pointing them out or asking questions about the lack of continuity, she'll likely take those questions to someone else who will have terrible answers, won't have any answers. And I think one of the reasons they're freaking out, believers, because science really is pushing God out into extreme belief. Oh, well, that's weird. There was a weird sound in my house.
Oh,
That's it.
okay, but you're safe. It was just a weird sound. Right? You're
Something
safe.
moves independently on its own. But I've been investigating. I
Okay.
don't see anything.
Was it God or ghost? Scaramouche asks. Which one?
I don't believe in either.
I don't either. You guys, if you would like to come up and ask Thinker a question, you want to just say hi to her, you want to thank her for all the amazing things you've learned from her, the guest box is open. If you are over on YouTube and you have questions, just ask them in chat. If you can, put them all in caps for me so I can read it easier because I'm old and feeble. Also, if you are over here on TikTok and you're too shy, you can ask the question in chat and I will also read it to her. I try my best to see them. It is easier if you put it all in caps and then I like pause the chat right on your comment until I can get to it. Let me see. I wanted to ask you more about your music. Do you find that you have like a common thread in your songs that may or may not be intentional? It just is like something that you realize, I kind of always do this, when I'm writing a song that is just kind of like a little signature of you.
Let's see. There's a lot of things that I do. Give me just a second. Somebody's at my door.
Okay. You guys, while Thinker answers her door, I want to thank you all for all the likes, all the gifts, all the shares. I'm going to pin my my little gift goal here. If you enjoy Decon Q&A with CrystalJae and enjoy having these conversations with the creators in the deconstruction space, please try to help me reach my gift goal today. Also, you can support my shows, my podcasts, my music. All those links are in my link tree. And I now have what's called a throne. A throne is a place where you can go and you can buy me a cup of coffee. You can help with upgrading my computer. You can send me a book if you want. You can do whatever you want. It's a cool place. Welcome in, Meat Sauce Raider Schmezzo. I love you. Welcome in, Schmezzo and the Schmezzo Raiders. You guys, we're talking to Thinker right now, and if you want, the guest box is open. Request up, come say hi to Thinker, ask her your questions, do all the fun stuff. Thank you all for being here. I hope you guys had a wonderful Atheist Sunday School. I was there earlier, as you know, and his word. What was the word? Did you guys find out the word today, or are you finding out Wednesday? Hey, Lilith, Ty Schley, Keish, everybody, welcome in, welcome in.
Why
Lisa
does
Marie.
everybody's name start with think when they enter?
I don't know.
When when they enter the room, you know how TikTok will put that notification and say such and such entered the room? If everybody's name has think in front of it, why is it doing that?
That's weird. I don't know why.
Not on my screen.
It's not on my screen.
Next time it happens, I'm gonna hurry up and
It just-
screenshot it and show you. I'm gonna send it to you in DM. Like, that was weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Yeah, there have been
They're
so
part of the
many
team? The
glitches.
team?
It's
Oh, she said it's
follow you?
their team. That's what Tahir said.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's cool. So it's like some across TikTok tag or something? That's cool.
Is that like a new thing? That's kind of
Oh,
cool.
it must be.
That is
All the
cool.
nerds have a think in front of to like indicate that they're yours. Interesting.
That they're part of the
Hey,
fan club.
Jared. Hey, Bronco, I see you in the guest box, but today's not about Christians. Today is Decon Q&A with CrystalJae, and my special guest is Thinker, and it's all about Thinker today, to talk to her, ask her questions, and they're not debate questions. They're questions about her content, her music, so Christians aren't invited up today. You can come back tomorrow. I'll be live for conversations.
Yeah, so Ben, that means you should probably leave. Like, since we're so fascinated with you and your God, and we're not talking about you or your God, you should probably leave.
Right. Sorry, it's not about you today, but that's okay.
May I share
Yeah.
an event that happened early on? So I'm not sure if I was in Thinker's very first live, but the one that I remember was pretty chaotic. There weren't the mods that there are today. Like, I don't remember Dudette being around. But early on, like within the first couple of weeks, you were asking, you were asking the believers about Abraham and would they do what Abraham did to Isaac. Do you remember this at all?
I can picture the post in my head. It was a blue background.
So
yeah, I remember.
during one of these interviews, I had a flashback, like a memory come back from when I was 5. And my dad was telling me a bedtime story about Abraham and Isaac, which looks really bizarre to me now as an adult. And when he was done, I asked him that same question. Well, if God asked you, would you do that? And he was very awkward. He paused way too long to think about it. And then when he did answer, he joked it off. And I didn't believe him. And that incident caused me night terrors for years after that. So not only did it did damage to my young child psyche, but I gained so much by remembering that incident. I understood why I had those night terrors for so long. It created closure for me, and listening to these toxic, grotesquely selfish people talk about this religion has been incredibly therapeutic. It's sad in a way that kind of stabs you in the heart, and it's also wildly hysterical. And I think it covers so many range of emotions. That's one of the reasons why it's so therapeutic, because we didn't deal with our emotions then. We didn't have tools.
That's true.
We didn't have coping mechanisms. I felt like a person who was life-alteringly wounded, and I was just given band-aids to cover it up. I was like, there was never an option given to heal. There was never an option given to feel human. And this community has given me so much. I'm not even sure I can describe it at the moment. And
I'm glad that you're a part of the community as well. You've been here for the long run. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Like you've been here since the very beginning.
Yep.
Every night since the very beginning. I don't think you've even taken a break.
Nope. Even when I'm away, like we went to Florida last year. Yeah. I think that was the longest I've been off.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful. It's a gift that humanity needs. We need each other.
Absolutely.
Well, you have been really supportive to the entire community. You mod for a lot of people. You are always in chat, and you're always cheering everybody on. I think we're just as lucky to have you. Like, honestly, people probably don't even realize how supportive you are. I do have a question over on YouTube for you, Thinker. This is from Ms. Interpretations. Were any of you, and specifically you, because we're talking to you today, rejected by a spouse or family members when you deconverted, asking for a friend?
I was rejected by my brother, who is a pastor. He told me I couldn't talk to his kids. I couldn't see his kids anymore, and I didn't get to see my nieces and nephews for over a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think I've said this before too. I've always been the black sheep of the family, so I don't really talk to anybody in my family already. But deconstructing made me just not want to talk to him even more. So, because I started really realizing how many of them were like MAGA and stuff. And I was like, oh, yeah, I don't think that I want this anymore. So I told this to Mama Bash about a month ago. I started thinking that since, TikTok's not what it used to be and stuff, I might want to go on Facebook or Instagram in the future. And I thought, I've never come out to Facebook, right? And that's like where they all exist. And so I never used Facebook really, except for Marketplace. I used to, when I was a Christian, I was on there all the time. But I thought, oh, I should just come out over there in case I do want to use it. I should say, hey, so I said something like, fuck ICE and fuck Trump. And if you don't like that, you can unfollow me. And I was like, oh, I don't know if that really explained what I'm trying to say. So I went back the next day and I was like, isn't that funny? Where I started though wasn't the religion, was that, Yeah.
Who are still pretending to be believers. But I'm the only out heathen, and all of my family is on Facebook. I'm pretty sure my face and my videos are all over Facebook because people
I
will say,
know,
I posted it on Facebook, I posted it on Facebook. But I don't post on Facebook.
Yeah.
But not only
Either.
am my company and all of that, and the locals, and I wonder like what they probably think about like when they see me on TikTok. But I get it. Like
Yeah.
Facebook is a different
So
land. It's usually too
it
close to home.
is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I don't want that.
So I came out as I said, oh, I'm also an atheist, by the way. And I help people deconstruct from the harmful religion of Christianity. And if you don't like that, you could block me too. So that was like 2 posts like that back to back. And so that's when Mama Bash told me, you need to write a song called Block Me. So that's when I wrote Block Me, because I was like, oh yeah, I do need to write that song. So yeah, so blockity block me.
Did you get blocked a lot?
I'm okay. I didn't really check to see if people blocked me because I don't really care about it. So I was like, oh, well, maybe people blocked me now. But that would just make me happy if they did, because then I would know they're not seen when I post stuff. So, yeah, so.
The interesting thing is my mom is
So,
blocked on Facebook. My mom is blocked on all my social media. And then one day, about a month ago, I opened up TikTok and it recommended my mom's account. And she has like, her account looks like a troll account. And she just has the mock up picture. She put her whole government name on there. And I'm like, oh,
my God.
hell no. And I hit block. Like, I love you, mom. You're my baby. But no, I cannot have you in my TikTok comments. You would probably have a
No.
heart attack if you heard the shit I was saying. No.
My kids and I decided, like, once they were adults, like, we just don't want to follow each other on social media. We want to feel that we could be our true, authentic selves and not worry that, you know what I mean? Like, we just don't. Now, that being said, when I'm on Reddit, it's an alter ego. I mean, it's me. It's me, but like, I don't know. Sometimes I just answer back like a 25-year-old guy on Reddit because it cracks me up. So I'll insult you like a 25-year-old guy would insult you, not like a 60-year-old woman. And my daughter one night, for whatever reason, decided to go scroll my Reddit, and she said she was laughing her ass off at the way I insult people on Reddit. And I was like, don't stop it. Don't go in there and check out my alter ego. I don't like that. No. But we try to respect each other with, just just giving each other our spaces to just feel, who we are and not feel monitored by each other or anything. And I like that. I can, I don't have to worry like, oh, my kids are going to judge me. I said this thing, Mom, you never did that. Why did you tell people you did that or something? I don't have to worry about it. If I lie to you guys about my mothering, you will never know. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, Ben Haymin over on YouTube says, having difficulty reaching out to my wife, married 15 years, 3 kids, 11, 8, 6. I want to minimize the indoctrination and not teach kids about hell, end times, and bad history. What do you think about that? How can he minimize that?
I would honestly say the main important thing is he's going to have a conversation with his wife. And again, like it's all about setting boundaries and limits and expectations up front. And then like when you go to her, I would have a clear um, explanation as to why the minimization is going to be better for their mental health and put their mental health up front as children.
Yep.
And detail, the reasons why you think teaching them about hell would be damaging to them. There's scientific studies that point to the damage that it causes on a young mind. Um, I would go to her, with the kids' best interests mentally in mind, instead of just like attacking the religion or the belief. And I would stay far away from attacking the belief or the religion and keep it about the the cognitive growth of your children and the mental health of the children, and just speak on those benefits. Um, and like if a mom loves her children, how can you say no to that? And then make a plan to say, hey, we'll revisit it in a couple of years, and then when they get more mature, and then during that time, teach your children how to critically think and give them
Yes.
the empowerment of questioning. That way, when you do reach that point in the plan to where it's like, okay, now they're more mentally mature. If they want to, or if you want, like you said to your wife, if you want to start teaching them about it, they will be ready to question things that are illogical. So you're already building up the um um force against the indoctrination by teaching them critical thinking and empowering them to
Yeah.
question with the power to question. I hope that made sense.
Oh, absolutely. And Fee always recommends the book Critical Thinking for Dummies. And so I always recommend it too because it actually is really, really good book. But Dory in chat said the book Raising Free Thinkers is great. So you can always use resources like that. But I really did teach my kids personally that they should be able to question anybody, including me and my husband. Like, I grew up in a time where questioning adults was akin to literal disrespect. Like, just asking a question could be considered disrespectful. You could be smacked, you could be punished, or whatever because you questioned an adult. And I thought that was horrible because I thought, uh, even at a young age, I thought then you're just teaching people to follow somebody just because they are some form of authority, even if they're wrong. Like, you're literally producing lemmings when you do that. But
Hmm.
so I didn't want that with my kids. What if I am wrong? Why shouldn't they be able to tell me, hey, Mom, I think you're wrong about this? And thank God I did teach them to do that because my children have come to me and said, I think you're wrong. And they helped me be a better person because they made me realize, oh, wow, I was wrong about something.
Yeah, I learn from my kids all the time. That's why the way I raised my kids, I told them that I'm their guide, and I just got here before they did, and there's some shit that I don't know, and there's some shit that y'all are gonna know, and we're learning from each other. The
Yeah.
only difference is
Yeah.
that I got here before y'all, and I'm legally responsible for y'all to turn 18. Like that's really
Yeah.
the only difference. But to I think you say his name was Jim. Um,
I do not
yeah,
remember. Yes. It's
uh,
been
but
something I don't remember, but it's on YouTube.
I was gonna say another thing, another good point that you could probably bring up to your wife is that she most likely believes that all children go to heaven, and that if something happened to it, because you only need to know about hell if you die, right? And so, if
Right.
all children go to heaven in her belief system, there's no need to scare a child with hell
That's so
when in
true.
her belief system, children are not accountable for their actions anyway. And so, if something were to happen to a child, that child would go to heaven in her belief system. Leave them alone. Don't teach them about hell. It doesn't make sense to do that at an age that you're going to then later say they're not accountable for their actions anyway.
That's
So I think
so
that's a good point to
true. I
bring up.
didn't even think about that. God, that's a really good point. I didn't even think about that. Robin asks, hey, Robin, I love you. Robin said, hey, Crystal, hey, Thinker, I have a question for Thinker. As I understand, Thinker doesn't post on Facebook or Instagram. Is it still cool if we share her videos there?
Yeah, yeah, I just don't want my close family members, like we've set boundaries, and I feel like if I posted it with all of their friends following me too, it would be disrespectful to them and crossing that boundary for them, if that makes sense. So, and
Yeah.
because how I started on TikTok, the majority of my family is blocked except for like two or three siblings.
You guys, the guest box is open. If you would like to come say hello to Thinker, thank Thinker, ask her a question, ask her a biblical question, ask her a philosophy question, though she hates Phil Bros. So don't try to debate her on that because we both hate them and we don't want to talk about your stupid free will that doesn't exist, okay? God damn. I'm
But I'm noticing
so
a lot
sick
of
of it.
deconstruction hosts cannot stand the Phil Bros. Like they're starting to put up signs that say no Phil Bros. Like,
Yes. It's just so stupid. It just gets so irritating. I forgot what my question was this week, but of course they got to turn it around into moral objectivity. And I'm like, okay, show me that is actually, show me where that exists. Like, just show it to me. Where the fuck is your moral objectivity? You can't show me that because it doesn't. Because we don't do it that way. Okay, like I wish. I said, do you think we don't wish there was a book somewhere that told us? I go, I even brought up bottled water. Okay, tell me if this isn't proof there's no moral objectivity. I said, in biblical times, we didn't think about bottled water, right? But now that I've deconstructed, I literally think, oh, that's pretty. I
that is so
literally
pretty.
think about, is it morally okay for me to drink bottled water? And I think about things like that. And there's no book. That's so cute. There's no book that tells me that answer. And God doesn't tell them that answer. That's proof that there's no moral objectivity. There's nowhere that we can go to find out if it's morally okay for us to continue with the plastics that bottled water creates. It's causing droughts across, all of California. And do we need it? Like when there are literal places in this world that don't have running water, shouldn't we put the money into that instead of bottled water? And I don't know, but there's no book going to tell me that answer. The Bible does not mention bottled water. I can't find it anywhere.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hey Zay, can I get? Oh, can I don't need your age today. I think that you're an adult here. Did you have a question for Thinker?
Hello, good
Is
afternoon,
a
everyone. Hey, thinkers. Hey, host, how y'all doing? Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Hi.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, cool.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Thinker and host. Thinker, right now, I just want to come up and say thank you. Um, just wholeheartedly, like as the deconstruction from Apostolic and Pentecostal church, they're very like strict and like you show so much courage. Um, like what to say and how to say it. Very articulate, like, and I'm like learning now how to do that, and specifically how to breathe. And like I'm learning. I'm reading a book on like trauma. Like it didn't start with you, right? And it shows about like generational trauma. And I'm just working on that with your help on the forefront. You know, as well as you host. Just stuff like this, basically what I'm saying. So I just want to say thank you. Uh, I don't know
I
what else to say.
love
I,
that.
I,
I
normally
love that, Zay. Yeah.
I
Look.
just be I just be so like I'm not gonna lie to you, thinker. Like I have whatever you when y'all go through these lives and y'all not lying. None of y'all are lying. None of y'all are spreading misinformation. I have a friend. He's telling me about how I was, and I'm not the type of person to say, "Oh, you tripping." Like, no, I'm cool for like criticism, like open criticism. But the confirmation bias thing and not wanting to learn outside of the religion. Now that I'm like deconstruction, I'm like, yo, I got a lot to learn, but I don't. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I took it internally to where like you ain't know nothing. Like so now I'm just aiming it now at like just more growth. You know what I mean? Like so lives like this, lives like yours helps me. So again, thank you, host.
You are so welcome. Thank you for sharing that too. And I know, like, for most men to even address the topic of trauma, it's not a easy thing or a cool thing to do or a manly thing to do. And that's a big, big step. And when I tell you that it is such a fucking honor to be a part of that journey, to get that, man, I you just don't know what that did for me. So thank you so much
No
for
problem.
even
And
sharing that.
no problem. I'm just like it. You're like I said before. Y'all are not lying when it like the dogma teaches you about how it's a competitive, basically a competitive thing for all men. I'm just like, where's the women? So it bothered me so, and I see it now with y'all. Like you treat women like they low, and then everybody else is up, and I did it didn't sit well with me. So when you clap back at the men and they not being submissive, it's they not losing nothing. So I'm just like, why? Why do y'all go back and forth with women? One thing I know, I never, ever argue with a woman. Like, don't you're not gonna win, right? So it's like the trauma and everything. Like like I know like it's funny, but it's like the drama. Like I like the idea. I'm not gonna lie, I was one of them, so I can speak on it. I was one of them, and I can honestly say that. I was one of them, and I hate it. I hate it for myself. So now I'm looking at it now. I'm like, I love the idea of being submissive to a woman. I'm not losing nothing. I'm really not losing anything. So being submissive to a woman and to another man or anybody in general in their respective places in view of the world, like I feel like it's cool. Like I'm doing that work. So I'm trying to get into therapy. Uh but I'm going to get in therapy. Correction. Uh
I love that.
and and just wish me well, I guess. but
Wishing you all the luck and giving you all the support too. Like it goes beyond wishing you luck, like giving you support and just know that I'm here, the community's here to support you and to root you on.
thank
And
you,
that I'm very proud of you.
thank you, man. It's a journey, but I know y'all got guests. I know y'all got people, but I'm gonna head down. I thank y'all for the time.
You're so
Hey, I
welcome, Zay.
just want
Thank
to
you.
tell you something. I don't know, Zay, if you're in the Deconstruction Junction Discord, but if you do join the I always say this name wrong, so I'm trying to look it up to make sure I say it right. In the Deconstruction Junction Discord, and that link is in my Bible, in my bio, and there's a channel called Recovering from Religion, and that is the nonprofit organization Recovering from Religion. They have a channel in our Discord now. You can go right there. They can help you find secular therapists right from the Deconstruction Junction Discord server if you need help with that.
Thank you so much. Yes, I will get into that. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're
Y'all have
welcome.
a good
And have
Thank
one.
a
you.
good one.
Have a great day. You guys, the guest box is open. If you have questions, you want to come up and say hi to Thinker, you want to thank her, I don't know, you want to tell her a joke. Bronco, I'm not bringing you up. Today's not about Christians. I don't understand. Well, I guess I do. When you think the the God of the universe thinks you're special. I guess you think everybody thinks you're special. But we don't
Notice
think you're
that there's two
special.
Christians in here. One of them said, I'm so high up in the hierarchy in heaven that I don't need this life to be about me. And then that guy is so special to Jesus. Like it's all about status, like the thing that they identify for themselves, right? It's typically what they're not getting in their life from other people. So they've
Yeah.
created that space, right? And in the presence of this imaginary deity, they can say that they're the most important thing to this deity because who's going to tell them they're not, right? Like who's going to
Yeah.
say you're not? But I think it even scares them to do what we're doing to get close to humans because humans can be very fickle. They can love you one day and the next day they're like, fuck that bitch. Like it's a scary thing, right? To get close to human beings. And so I think that they stick around us because they're kind of envious of our um courage to do so, right? To learn
Oh
to lean
yeah.
on what's physical. But it's just interesting to me that both of them are in the chat and they're both special in the kingdom of heaven and high position.
They are,
It's just
and they're both
interesting.
muted now, so that's how powerful they are. Ben, that was like, wait, one of them was like, "Are you running?" She's not running. I'm not letting you up here because it's not a debate today. And the fact that your skull is so thick and your brain is so smooth that you can't figure out that it's not about you today, it's just crazy to me. Hey, Prodigy, can I get your age for TikTok purposes?
Hi, thank you so much, host, for having me. I am 44 years old. I might not sound like it, but I promise I am. And
No, that's
Hey,
okay. Did you have a
Prodigy.
question or something for Thinker today?
I just wanted to thank her because I listen to her lives a lot. She knows this from her chat a lot. But I just wanted to thank her and other hosts for what you guys do. I listen to Fluff too. I live in the Southern Belt, and so it's hard to deconstruct there, because well, everyone believes, and so it's the communities like Fluffs and Thinkers that have helped me a lot, and because there's stuff I didn't know growing up that I learned as an adult, because they don't teach some of that in church like they do on the panels. And so I just want to thank you, Thinker. And also thank you for commenting on my stuff, too.
You're
That means
so
so
welcome.
much.
You do some beautiful art. Yeah, and I want you to come like that butterfly that's in your PFP and come out like a
Thank
keep
you.
continue to come out like a butterfly and show people your art. And I can tell that you're breaking out of your shell. I appreciate the support in the chat and even you sharing my music and commenting on my videos and stuff like that. Like people think that I don't pay attention, but I do. I pay
Oh,
attention
you do.
to yeah to people who support
Right.
me and I do support back. So thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, host, for having me. And bye, Thinker.
Bye, Prodigy.
Thank
Have
you,
a good day.
Prodigy.
Thank you.
It is just wild to me. Maytech. Today is not about opposing opinions, opposing perspectives. That's not what the show's about. You're on the wrong show. There's so many people live right now that you could go argue with. Go find one of them, okay? No, then ask your question in the comments. This is about her work, about giving her flowers. Well, then ask your question in comments.
The way he's spamming back and forth, he's not okay.
Right?
Goodness gracious.
No, he's not okay. So ask your question in comments. Stop saying that we're assuming. Ask your stupid question. Foul language, people, fuck you and your mother.
What is wrong with
I
them? I shall not. He said, I shall not.
I
Oh my
have to
God.
find this. I have not clipped this video yet, and I have to find it. Last week sometime, I went off on this guy. Like, I have to tell you two stories. I went off on this guy. I'm like, totally, because I'm like, fuck you. I don't remember what he said, but he really pissed me off. And I was like, fuck you. And he's like, no. Oh, I know. He started. He was like going, fuck you, you bitch, or something. I was like, no, fuck you. And he's like, fuck you. And I said, no, fuck you and your mother. And I go, go fuck your mother. And he goes, okay. And I was like, wait, what? And then I was like, wait, he threw me off. You weren't supposed to agree to fuck your mother, you weirdo. Okay, also when I have to find the clip because Open Book said it just threw me off after he said okay. He said Open Book said I didn't know what to do with that. I was like in it, and then all of a sudden I was like, wait, what? Also,
Oh my
when
God.
I first started getting to know you, one time I came in your live and you go, and then I heard Crystal and she was just chewing some guy's ass out, and I was like, oh shit, that's how she. I thought, oh no, Thinker saw me do that. Oh, no. Hey, Robin,
You got to know it was a proud moment.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, that's good. Like she was glad that I did it.
Hi, Crystal. Thank you for having me.
Hi, Robin.
Hi, Robin.
Did
How are
you
you?
have something to say to Thinker?
Yes, I did. I just wanted to come on and tell Thinker how much I appreciate her. I have learned so much from her, and I think what she's doing is wonderful. I feel like she has liberated so many people's minds, and I think that she is doing a beautiful thing, and I think she does it like nobody else. So I just wanted to come up and say thank you so
Yeah.
much for everything you do, Thinker.
Thank you, Robin. I appreciate you. And your PFP is so sleek, girl. Like,
Thank
I
you.
like that. Looks good.
Thank you.
You know, one of the first
Um,
things that like I learned from you that blew my mind away, Thinker, was like there's so many, but I will remember these little things. Like I remember the first time Justin said that Jesus didn't fulfill any prophecies, and I already didn't believe, but I was like,
See, look.
he's fucking lying, you know? I was
Hold
like,
on.
no way.
Say it again. I took a picture because it says "Thank Ray the
Okay.
barber." Oh,
Oh,
never
that's
mind. Oh,
wild.
nope. Never mind. Never mind. I'm slow. That's a fucking
Okay.
sentence.
Okay.
It says it's
Oh,
saying thank.
okay.
Never mind.
Okay, so one of the first things I learned from you, like that I went, what? And, you know, like, because you hear these things people say. And like I said, the first thing I remember being shocked about was when Justin said that Jesus didn't fulfill any prophecies at all. Because I thought, okay, I don't believe anymore, but at least I had good reasons that I believed. And then he said that, and I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't have any good reasons to believe this story. Then you said God didn't create water, and I was like, these people are just crazy. Okay? And recently you said Jesus, nobody promised you Christians to go to heaven, and I was like, no, this cannot be true. You keep teaching me stuff. After all this time, I'm like, God damn it. I believed the stupidest thing in the world. How did I believe this? Anyway, hi, Ashura. How are you?
Hi, Crystal. Hi, Thinker.
Hi, Ashura.
I just want to say I do have a question, but I want to say first I love you. I love your show. I love your panel members. I've met
Thank
or
you.
like found people on your panel that are like just so smart, and doing their own lives and stuff. So I just really appreciate everything that you do for the community. But what I wanted to ask was, I was hoping that you could give me some advice from your perspective. Um, I I have a really, really close friend for 20 years. We grew up together. She's African American. I'm white. We had kids at the same time, like we've just basically grown up together. And one of the things that we bonded with at first was Christianity, spirituality in general, and things. So now that I'm an atheist, the dynamic has changed a little bit, I guess. But
Hmm.
and normally I would just be like, oh, she's like, doing her own thing. She's going through her own thing. She has, she lost her dad last 10 years and her mom, you know what I mean? So I don't really want to like tear down necessarily her Christianity or anything, right? Or her spirituality. But I'm feeling very anxious because right now, and I know I can't really control this. This is just like me being anxious. But like right now, she's trying to join a Greek Orthodox church. And I'm just like, like feeling like I don't want her to get, I mean, I care about her, and I don't want her to get mixed up in that. And, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just hard to see, especially, like, I know, I understand like what Christianity did in this country with slavery and things. So like, it, to me, like, I don't know how to tell her like we don't belong in this religion. Definitely not her. You know what I mean? But she still feels like um, it's right for her. And like I said, I don't really get super into it because I don't want to rock the boat too much. But I was just wonder like, do you have any advice for me when I'm kind of approaching that with her?
Yeah. So one of the things that like I typically give like relatable experience. I don't actually believe in giving advice because um my advice could be bad, right? So I share experiences and then kind of share like how I navigated that experience. But before I do share the experience that I have in mind to share with you, because I think it might be helpful. Is she trying to like? Does she talk to you about her beliefs? Or, like, does it come up in your friendship at all? Like when y'all are out hanging with each other?
Yes, she still will talk
Okay.
about it, and sometimes I will ask her questions. Like I'm still waiting for her to check in with her pastor or priest or whatever about what does he have to say about slavery in the Bible. And she did tell me like she didn't get to ask him about that, but she did talk to him about the post that Trump made of Obama, and she said she did not like his answer, but then we
Oh,
didn't
wow.
get to it in
Okay.
that conversation. So yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna start with my experience. So I have a niece who I absolutely adore. She's the same age as my oldest daughter. She's 22, and she lived with me for about 2 or 3 years. So she's like a daughter to me, but I don't call her daughter. I do have a niece that I call daughter, but that's not that one. But she's Muslim now, and yeah, and she called me the other day because her and my mom are at it because my mom made a text chain for all the granddaughters and left her out of it because she's Muslim. And she called me crying, um, feeling like wondering like why my mom would do that. She's like, God is God. I wouldn't mind if she says God bless you to me or whatever. She's like, I don't understand why, Nana would do that. And she like me knowing what I know about Islam, she know and she has watched my lives, her mom has watched my lives. They know exactly where I stand. But I didn't take that opportunity to um bash her belief. I focused more so on being auntie at that moment because that's the thing that mattered the most. But I've set this um expectation with anybody in my life, especially my nieces and nephews, because I tend to be the cool auntie. But They can come and talk to me about anything, and I talk to them about anything. I am who I am. And so I don't hide the fact that Islam, what I think about Islam, to my niece, but I don't say to her, you shouldn't be a Muslim, because that's for her to decide, right? I don't get to make that decision for her. But if she talks to me about her belief, I'm 100% upfront about what I think about it and what I know about it. And so, um, with whenever you're in, out with your girlfriend, if she brings it up, she's opening the door for you to be honest with her. And if y'all are friends, you should be able to be honest with her. And if she decides to get angry at you and choose the belief over you, then what can you do about that? Right? Like, then you have to make a decision for yourself and decide uh, if you want to fight back against that or accept what she's decided. Because when I was going back and forth with my family, I realized that I can't change what they think about their God or me without being okay with me. So the peace that I have to have inside of me first before I can even address what they think about me. Because if I didn't, then they would always have that ability to pull me backward, to pull me in and out, in and out. So I had to release them of that power. And so the same thing with any other person in my life. And then prioritizing them, right? My niece is is important to me. My relationship with my niece is important to me. And so when she needed me to be aunt, I was aunt. I wasn't the anti-religion, anti-Abrahamic God deconstructionist. Does that help at all, or does that make sense?
Yes, yes, I like that. The one thing that I don't want to do is overstep or cause any friction between us. It's just it is hard. We're trying to navigate that right now, just because we have always been like really honest about, especially about religion and spirituality and what we were going through and prayers and all this stuff. So yeah, I appreciate that very much, Thinker. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate your support as well.
Sure. All right. I'll
Thank
see
you
you
for
later.
being here, Asha. Appreciate you.
Have a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good
Thank you
day.
too.
You guys, the guest box is open. If you have a question or you want to come up and say hi to Thinker or thank her or share a memory with her or something, come on up. The guest box is open. Welcome to the show, Ruby. Can I get your age real quick for TikTok purposes?
Hi, Crystal 34.
Hey,
Okay.
Ruby.
Go ahead and talk with Thinker.
Hey, Thinker, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there. I probably won't say anything that other people haven't already said. I think that you are incredibly valuable, and I'm very happy that you've entered this space and that I was able to find you on this space because watching your lives, your music, all of it has been quite a tool to help me not only deconstructing religion, but deconstructing my ideas of womanhood or the patriarchy or boundaries or identity. All of it is rooted, of course, in our indoctrination, for me being Christianity, but I don't even think I necessarily have the language to truly and honestly articulate what I feel, other than just saying thank you. I had an experience a couple of weeks ago that I needed a moment to digest and think about. Do you mind if I share it with you?
Yeah, please.
So just for reference, so that this makes sense, I didn't grow up with any financial literacy. It took me a long time to really get a handle on my finances and understand money and manage money and start to try and build a little bit of wealth for myself and my kids. So now I'm at a stage where I make a decent salary. I have some money saved and some investments and things of that nature. And ultimately, the way I manage my money is through a zero-based budget. And I budget a couple of months in advance, generally 2 months in advance. I'm saying this because my mom called me and asked me for some money, and I told her that I didn't have it. It was in the middle of the month. My budget was done for the next 2 months. Every dollar has a place. I don't pull money from here to do this, to do, because once you start doing that, you mess up your discipline, and it's hard to get back on track. And so I told her I didn't have it to give to her. She kept asking and kept asking, and she told me, she said, "Why won't you sacrifice for me?" And I thought to myself that it almost guilted me into pulling some money from an account that wouldn't have pulled it from, to give it to her. And I thought about it, and I why would you try to guilt me in that way? And it made me think about Jesus being the sacrifice, God sacrificing his son. And of course, she's a religious person, she's Christian. And the indoctrination and the belief in this God has made her, I can only speak to her, in my opinion, think that everyone is supposed to do for her what God has done for her or Jesus has done for her, when it actually wasn't even a sacrifice. He didn't give anything. And how do you, what relatable experience since you told me this, like, do you have to help navigate that type of dynamic?
Honestly, you held to your guns, right? Like, you didn't do it, right? You didn't give
I
in,
did
did you?
not. I did
Okay.
not.
Because I think you're doing really well. And what it would have made me think of was when Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane and he's asking his dad to let the cup pass. And I can only imagine in that story that the God saying the same thing that your mom said, "Why won't you sacrifice for me?" And here you have this kid saying, "I don't want to hurt. I don't want to feel this pain. I don't want to die." And all the dad says is, "Why won't you sacrifice for me?" And
Wow.
your mom's not understanding that you have a plan. And financial literacy in our community is a new term, right? It's something that a lot of us learned at a late age, right? And we're actively working on closing these wealth gaps. And when you have a plan in place, you're already sacrificing for yourself. Like you're already going without in order to stick to your budget, to learn new habits, right, and to get to a comfortable spot so that you can your money can start working for you, and then you're able to leave a legacy for your children. And so your mom is saying, "Why won't you mess that up for me? Why won't you put that at risk for me?" It's the same thing that Yahweh said to Jesus. And I think even with you even comparing the sacrifice to what your mom did and you recognizing that immediately, and that you being able to draw strength on that and hold to your guns, I think you don't need my experience, because it sounds like you're doing really well. And I remember talking to you on Zena's live, and you kind of mentioned the dynamic between you and your mom is similar to me and mine. And with you being able to hold your guns there, I would say that you're figuring it out and you're getting stronger. You're working that muscle. I think you did the right thing.
Good. It's good because I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh, should I have, like, just going back and forth. That is my mom, but but just going back and forth in my mind about it. In fact, I take her to work 2 days out the weekend. I was taking her to work this morning, and we were just chit chatting. I think maybe Birdie's live was on. I think it was Birdie, and we were just chit chatting in the car, and and the topic of was it Mama? I think it was Mama Bash's live last night or Friday night. And the gentleman was selected the question or the prompt of "Is God just?" And he kept giving examples of God being merciful, and not just. I don't know if you recall that. Do you recall that, Dave? It might have been Friday night.
Yeah, I think it was Friday night in Mama Bash's live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
And some type of way, the topic came up, and I was telling her a thought that I had, and essentially what that thought was is that, per his example, that we often like try to get out of consequences, obfuscate consequences, try to get around natural responses to our actions, because when we see mercy, we think it's the right thing to do, and we're not necessarily accustomed to justice, which is why a part of the reason why my mom even asked me for the money. It was a natural consequence for some stuff she did. And so I was talking to her about that a little bit, and I was explaining to her that essentially my thought that because we don't necessarily know what justice looks like, and whenever in the Bible God, per the examples the gentleman was giving, shows mercy, we think it's the right thing to do. So we're not necessarily accustomed to the consequences of our own actions in a way. And I thought that, well, maybe in related to her and her asking for the money, she's not comfortable with, she wants somebody to help her, to take her out, to free her, to save her from whatever, to show her mercy when she's done wrong. And again, I think that's what the belief system does to the human mind. And I was explaining that to her, and she didn't like it, of course.
They never do.
You know what, Ruby?
Uh-huh.
I was not taught, I'm very financially illiterate, okay? And I did my best, even though like I did not have very good examples of that growing up, or was allowed to talk about money or ask questions. I was not allowed to. And because of it, I'm not where I should be financially at my age. I tried to do better by making sure my children got the education that I didn't get. And my son does very well financially. And I have had to ask him for help before. And I want to tell you something. It always starts like this for me. You can say no. And if that conversation doesn't start with you can say no, I'm sorry, you're doing everything right. She's pushing boundaries. And this woman is asking you to sacrifice while she believes in a God who can do anything. That's wild to me. Why doesn't her God fix it for her? Why doesn't her God pay that bill?
What's interesting about that, Crystal, is that I asked her that this morning. Within our conversation, I was like, you have an all-powerful God, et cetera, et cetera. And she did exactly what I thought she would do. And it all goes back to might makes right. So God can do whatever he wants to do, and free will. So because she
So
has
then you have the free will to say no. She's forgetting that part, isn't she? That you have free will too. And here you go, Mom. I am exercising that free will that you said God gave me.
And she was saying how God does not interfere with our free will, so we have the capacity to make a choice, but we also have to live with whatever the punishment or consequence is. And I'm just looking at her like, do you hear
The thing is
yourself?
that she wants to pass on. She wants to pass on the stress to you, because you going into your budget to relieve her. Like, y'all know that song I wrote, "Forgive." Forgive is relief to you, right?
Yes.
It's giving somebody else, forgiving their debt and giving them a conscious relief that you don't get, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you would be relieving her of whatever consequence, but creating stress on your end. Then you would be trading that
Yeah.
in. It's similar to the sacrifice, like for what? And she's not even considering that, right? Like, and there's no need for you to feel guilty for you not wanting to take on somebody's debt. You're not Jesus. You didn't offer to do that, for her. And so, like, I wouldn't feel guilty about it at all, and then maybe talk to her about her decisions. Next time she asks, next time y'all talk, like, I mean, I would love to show you the way that I budget my money. You know.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
was that is so funny because I did. I went through her budget. I did her budget. Um, she was supposed we were supposed to set up a separate savings account, start an investment account, do all that good stuff. When I approached her about it, like, hey, it's time to get these accounts open, she's like, oh, I gotta wait until February. I asked her again in February, oh, I gotta wait until April. So she's making her own decisions. I tried my best. I told her, hey, you have this amount leftovers, save this much, put this much in investments. Just trying. But when she asked me to sacrifice for her, my immediate thought went back to my childhood and the lack of sacrifice that she made for me and my brother.
Mm.
And it was so painful for her to ask me that. And I'm thinking to myself, but why didn't you sacrifice for us?
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
And you have children. You don't have to answer if you don't feel comfortable.
Yeah, I do. I have two. I
Okay.
have a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. Well, so he'll be 6 tomorrow.
Okay. And you're doing what you need to do to make sure that your children are set up and that you can, comfortably take care of them, so your children don't have to ask you that question. And that's what,
Exactly.
yeah, that's all that matters right now. And she
It's
and she had an
really a
opportunity.
shame.
And go ahead,
Yeah,
Crystal.
it's
Sorry.
a shame that she didn't allow you to help her with the budget better and understand how that is helping her for the long run better, because literally I've talked about this with my husband. We're not broke or anything like that, and so I've told him we have to do something, because we're not going to get to retire like our parents did, where they drew a pension. By the time we start working full time, those kind of, like when I was growing up, my dad, for working as long as he did for Ford, after he retired, he got a retirement check from Ford. He didn't have a 401k. They continued to pay him. That's what they did back then. You worked
Hmm.
for a company for 20, 25 years. They made sure that when you got old, you were taken care of. They don't do that, right? You have to invest in 401ks, which is based on the stock market, which could go up and down. It's not the same. And so I told my husband, well, before we invest in something that we could use towards our retirement and stuff, I want to talk. I want to sit down with my son. Like, obviously,
Hmm.
he has more financial literacy than we do. And let's talk to him, make sure we're not screwing anything up. Because let's face it, like, I don't want to leave him with a burden either. Like, I don't want to be a burden to my son. To me, asking my son to sacrifice is asking, like, making myself a burden to him. I can't imagine being that for him. And you shouldn't have to be that. You shouldn't have to take on the burden of your mother.
Well, I 100% appreciate your both of your thoughts and your input. Again, Thinker, thank you so much. I don't even necessarily have the language. I don't even know if the words exist. All I can do is say thank you.
You're welcome.
Right?
Thank you for coming up, and thank you for your support, Ruby.
Absolutely. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thanks for being here, Ruby. We appreciate you. Hey, Godwin, welcome in. Really quick, let me remind everybody, you guys, the guest box is open. You want to come up and say hi to Thinker, thank her, ask her a question. We'll be doing this for about another 15 or 20 more minutes, and then we're going to play everybody's favorite game, Divine or Decline. So hit that guest box, because if you don't request up for Divine or Decline, I will just bring you up, okay? Because we're going to play the game whether you want.
You don't have
Godwin,
free
did
will
you
in
have,
here.
you do not. We're playing the game. Okay, Godwin, did you have something you want to say or ask Thinker?
Hey, Crystal. Hi, Thinker.
Hi,
Hey.
Colin. How are you?
Good. I just wanted to say hi to her. That's all. I really appreciate you, Thinker. And you're my morning show. I mean, you burn the midnight oil. I don't know how you stay on so long, but for some conversations, you kind of need that kind of time. But yeah, I love watching your show. You're on all the time. Thank you. Yeah, first thing in the morning, it's Thinker. And And I didn't know you sang. I'm a musician. I really love your voice. I love your music. It's awesome.
Thank
Everybody's got to
you.
check out Thinker. You'd be surprised. She's as good as at singing as she is at burning Christians.
Oh my God, she is.
Thank
So
you. I appreciate you.
that's all I wanted to say. And I really appreciate it now that I started doing lives. I get impatient and I just want to, you
See,
know,
it's
I'll,
hard, ain't it? It is
yeah,
hard. Yeah.
yeah, you need time. And it's like, oh, do I really want to? Oh, we'll see. But anyways, thank you so much. It's just great to speak to you and keep doing what you're doing. We need you.
You're so welcome. Thank you so much. And when do you do your lives?
I don't have a schedule. I did one yesterday. I may do it weekly if I can on a Saturday or something. Something like, late morning, early afternoon. But I really don't know. I have such a regular life that I can't really commit. So I'm trying to figure it out. So I don't
It
know.
is
I'll
hard, huh?
shoot it out. Yeah, it's only on TikTok so far. I'm trying to build up my YouTube Godwin_7. But you need you need 1,000 followers before you can do lives, right?
I thought it was 50.
No,
I
yeah,
think
it's
it's
not very
50
many
followers.
before you can do lives. Yeah, I
Oh,
think it's
okay.
50.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for asking. I'll shoot out invites and have, maybe you'll get a notification, Thinker, if you're awake. I don't know when you sleep. I have no
I'm
idea
probably
when
going to
you
go to sleep in about an hour and a half.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And Crystal, I'd love to stay for the
Godwin, we're
game, but
gonna.
I
Okay,
gotta
you can
go. It's
stay up
wifey
if you
time.
want. Oh, okay.
I
Well, come
gotta.
back up then if you want. Okay.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thanks for having
Thanks
me
for
up.
being here. Have a great day.
All right.
Hey, Jada, haven't seen you in a minute. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Cookie Maker?
Doing good.
Hey, Jada, how are you?
Hi, Thinker. Oh gosh, I missed you guys so much.
I know, where you been?
I'm gonna be honest with you. The last time I was up on your stage and you invited me to do improv on your brother's show, I realized in that moment that I actually have no confidence at all.
Oh,
And it caused me. It's not your fault. Don't apologize. You did nothing wrong. I actually appreciated it because I'm in the stage in my life. I told you I was like tearing myself apart and rebuilding. Is because I got a lot of things from my childhood that I had incorporated into my own personality and didn't realize it until things happened. And that was a thing that happened that let me know that I'm not as confident as I thought I was in anything that I do anymore. Even if I think it's a skill set that I'm good at, and I had to get to myself where I could, just feel more comfortable again without thinking those negative thoughts that I always think based on things that I've always been told and taught from my childhood. So I actually really wanted to thank you for just being somebody who always wants to open opportunities for people because you never know what they actually might do. So what it actually ended up doing was causing me to do more shadow work and understand more about myself. And then I got that wonderful opportunity working with G Spot, where we now do the What the Fuck Bible Story podcast. And
oh,
I
that's what's
probably would have
up.
never, yeah, I probably would have never said yes had you never asked me like that question before because I would have never put that much thought into it. I'm just grateful that you guys are real people who really care about people. Like it's not a facade. It's not a thing that you just say to say. Like you genuinely care and you don't care about helping people if they genuinely want to help. And I just love that about both of you guys. And I wanted to come up and say hi and say how much I appreciate you guys just being who you are.
Well, thank you so much, Jada. I'm mad because I know nothing about What the Fuck Bible Study podcast. When do y'all do this? When do y'all do the podcast?
Well, we post one every week. We were shooting for every Monday, but me and G, we are very understanding souls of each other. So when things happen, we accommodate each other as much as we can, and I love her so much. Like I
Yes.
can't say I would have ever met her if it wasn't for you, Thinker, because I met her in your lives. So it's like and she's me and
I
another
love
body.
G.
Like I love her so much. She's so unhinged. I love it. Oh God, it's
Yes,
just the
yes.
best. But she's also so kind, and it's just a derivative of the people that she associates herself with. Which are you guys. Like I said, I wouldn't have met her if it wasn't for you guys. We have so much fun. And now we're just trying to learn how to market and scale. Oh, I'm so glad anybody that's listening, I'm so glad you guys are enjoying the podcast. We are having a blast. And that is another thing I can thank you for, Thinker, because when I first started deconstructing, I wasn't even calling it deconstructing. I was, as you've always heard, looking for a way to get closer. And I was having such a hard time reading the Bible because it just was like nothing was making any sense. And so learning how to read the Bible through academia lenses versus trying to read it as a Christian, I learned that through you, Thinker. And I'm so grateful for that, because now when we do the Bible stories, I'm not looking at it in any Christorial text. I'm just straight up reading it like a book. And so when we read it like a book, the voices and the way we talk about Jesus and the way we talk about God is so much easier to do, because it's literally just a book to me now. Like, there's absolutely nothing that that book could give me about living like a good and righteous person at this point. And so I'm just so grateful for that, because I would have never had the courage to look at the book that way, because I don't know anybody that looks at the book that way. Everybody has some level of reverence. Even if they don't read it, they still have some level of reverence. And it just was so hard talking to anybody. And then I got in your live and I was just like, oh, okay. So I could treat this like a book, like a school book. What do I do with my school books? They make it into a box. So that's where we are with that. But I'm grateful for it. So yeah, we've up to 22 episodes now. So, if y'all got road trips going on and you just need something to listen to, What the Fuck Bible Stories located on all of your podcasts. I'm telling you, it's all, y'all can thank Thinker for this, because real talk, like, she makes reading the Bible so much easier when you don't look at it like a Christian, when you don't look at it through all of the external biblical texts that people keep saying to you, that the God is good and that the God is sovereign and all that stuff. When you read the book as is, it's so much easier to rip him to shreds. Like, it really is.
What podcast is it on? YouTube? Is it on Apple Podcasts? What is it on?
It's on all of them. Like, if you type in WTF Bible Stories, a period in between each letter, you should be able to find it. I listen to it on Spotify, but I know it's on Apple Music. It's on iHeartRadio. Gosh, it's on all. It's supposed to be on pretty much any place that you listen to podcasts. You should be able to find it. But specifically, I always say Spotify or Apple Music or iHeartRadio.
Okay, are you still in the Discord? I know G Spot is.
I am still in the Discord. I'm telling you, when I get to a place that I am not confident, I reclude, and that's literally what happened. Like, I haven't been on anything. Like, I was just saying today, I need to reach out to Christina because I haven't seen her in a month of Sundays, and I'm like,
Christina is busy. Her son is traveling with AAU right now, and then yeah, and so it's basketball season. She works for the NCAA, the basketball thing.
Yeah.
And so they're recruiting, and so she's been busy with that. But if you could post y'all's episodes in the Discord,
okay,
yeah, that'll because I didn't know anything about this podcast, but now knowing you and G Spot, that shit's gonna be funny. So I'm gonna go watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn how to use this. I'm so, oh gosh, if I told you that I've literally been living in my head for the last 15 years, it's not a lie. Like, I don't know how to do too much of anything now. So I'm like trying to relearn how to mix and master stuff. And so I can start posting snippets of it as videos so that, you guys can send people there or send people to the actual podcast. But I'm going to start posting them in the Discord. So that you can at least catch on to them. Because we got one we did the Lazarus story, and we call it the Lazarus Okie Doke. Because as far as I'm concerned, that was a prank. Lazarus was never dead. That's it. It's just that's it.
I love that.
So yeah, it's a lot of good episodes. We just did, we're finishing up Samson this week.
Oh wow! I bet
Yeah,
that's funny as fuck.
Oh yeah, we telling Samson a new one, so it's all good. It's all good. We called Ruth out for what she actually did. That episode is called "The Gok Gok," as told by Mama Dukes. That is, it's telling you.
It's called "What the fuck
It's
Bible stories, you guys. WTF Bible stories.
yeah,
They're
I'm
asking in
loving
chat.
it.
I got to make sure to
Oh, I
plug you.
appreciate it. I appreciate it. I didn't mean to come up here and plug it. I just really wanted to thank Thinker
No,
for that because I really
I
couldn't.
love it.
I couldn't read that book for shit
Yeah, like
before.
I'm glad you said something because I didn't know anything about it.
Oh yeah, I couldn't read that
Yeah.
book for shit before. Now we can. Oh, it's just so much fun to read. Like I really be reading it like it's a romance snuff novel. If you think about it, because he always dropping famine and death on people for no reason. For no reason, just woke up and was like, you know what, famine. How about that? Like that's how I read the book now, and it's so easy to tear on. So easy to tear on both God and Jesus a new a-hole every time. Look, I can't even talk straight because I love talking about this. Oh goodness! If we about to record today, I'm about to hit a G. We gonna record the next episode because we just have way too much fun. Like our episodes in recording are about 2 hours long, but we only post about 45 minutes. That's just how funny the book is now to us.
That's cool.
So I just wanted to thank you guys for being out here and being consistent because I'm listening and it seems like even the last few months, you guys have inspired even more people. And I've heard more people coming out, and every time I'm just like, yeah, another black atheist, yeah, another atheist. Like, I'm just always so excited, like especially because I'm walking around my town right now trying to decide. Y'all was talking about Facebook earlier. I was like, oh my God, like we're all on the same page. Like nobody on my Facebook knows that I'm an atheist, and I don't post over there at all now. And I'm just like, and like all my friends, when they're like, God is good, I'm like, is he? And then it's like they know
Which one?
and they know me since I was a child, so it's gonna blow their minds because my mother is so religious, and all of her friends. In fact, in our family chat, we were discussing how nobody in our family. We're blessed enough that nobody in our family has passed. Like my mother has 7 siblings, and they're all still here. All of my cousins are still here, and we haven't had any tragedy like that in our family. And somebody wrote this long paragraph about how God covered us and protect us and all that stuff. And then I was like, or it could just be that the trauma is so bad that nobody will die because we have to fix this shit before you go. I was like, no, let me delete that because nobody's gonna understand that I'm an atheist because they don't know. So it's just
yeah, you have to censor yourself a little bit.
So much. I censor myself so much now. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. So I'm thinking the same thing like y'all. I might have to come out over there on Facebook before I start posting anything because everybody over there.
Well, y'all braver than me.
Everybody
Facebook
over there
another
is
beast.
like, literally, it's the beast is understatement.
Yeah.
Like, it really is. Like, people are on there because
sure.
they want to see my son, and I'm like, I'm gonna post my son, but are y'all gonna stop being my friend when I tell y'all that everything that y'all see in me Jesus related, he ain't seen? Like, I got a whole box of Christian gifts that I'm just like, regifting time. Let me find some Christians that got some kids coming because he ain't gonna look at none of this. Like, no, the ABCs of the Bible, absolutely the fuck not. No, so that's where I'm at with all of those gifts. Sure. So again, let me wrap it up because I could talk to y'all for hours if I wanted to, but I enjoy everything that you've done. I'm grateful for all that you are, and I continue to ask that the universe keeps you here for as long as possible, that you continue touch as many lives as you can.
Thank you so much, Jada. I appreciate you. I can't wait to check out y'all's podcast.
I can't wait for you to check it out. And I have a business
Jada,
idea that I want to run past you. I can stay up here for Divine.
If you want to hang out.
Yep.
Okay,
I think I'm ready. I'm
You know
pretty sure I'm going to ace this round. And y'all are going to be like, wow, where has she been studying? I'm telling you, I got it.
Hey, Reckless, welcome to the show. Did you want to say good to see you?
Good to see
I'm
you.
good. How are you?
I'm doing great. You know, I saw Thinkers Live this morning, and her energy and talking about how this religion has destroyed kids and destroyed people. Thinker, you know, as a parent, I thank you for your lives. You bring so much informative, and as a parent, you know, you teach me a lot, and I'm 4 months into deconstructing, you know, the harm that it does to children. And I just really keep up the great work, you know, everybody in here, Crystal, and we have Born Again Atheists, all these wonderful women that, you know, show women power. You know, I mean, it's just beautiful. I love it.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Reckless, we're about to play a game. Did you want to stay up and play the game
Yes,
with
I
us?
got done with my appointment, so I get to hang out with you.
Okay. Is there anybody else that wants to come up and say something to Thinker? 5 more minutes. If you want to come up and say something to Thinker, the guest box is open. Otherwise, if you want to come up and play the game, the guest box is open. And I see some of you down there who should be up on my stage playing this game. And you know who you are, okay? So I think you should put your requests in now before I drag you up here. Hey, Chapter, how are you today?
Hint, hint, V. I think she's talking to you.
Can you hear me okay?
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank everyone for such a great community. Tinker, you are a model for so many people. And Crystal, you are too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chapter. I appreciate you. And thank you for being a part of the community as well.
Oh, absolutely. I will update my subscription anytime I can, really. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm waiting for some guys to check my smoke alarms, but I thought I'd better check in. So I can't stay up for the quiz, but I'll be listening in.
All right.
Well,
Have a good
thank
day,
you so much.
Chapter.
Chapter's my buddy in chat. Like we hang out and pick on people and chat together, and we have a lot of fun. Thank you for being here. I love your support, and you're my friend, and I'm so glad you're here.
Thanks, Crystal, and thank you, Tinker, and the rest of the panel. I appreciate it.
Have a good day, Chapter.
Thank you.
You too. You too.
Now, I'm just gonna tell you. I see Charlene in chat. I see Schley in chat. I think Tahir was around here somewhere a little while ago. I think some of you should be up here right now. I'm looking, Granazana, you should probably be up here. Annika, you should probably be up here because we're about to play your favorite game. I don't know why you're hiding. It's such a simple game. I don't know why if people are acting like it's not the best game that anybody ever invented.
It's a hard
I'm going to tell you guys.
It's a hard game.
I'm going to tell you guys how the game is played, and then that way, if you want to come up, we'll bring you up. Ruby, I'm going to say a phrase. If it's from the Bible, and the Bible I have to use is the American Standard Version of the Bible because it is copyright free. If it is from the Bible, then it's divine. It's just that simple, okay? But if it's not from the Bible, it's decline. But the places that it might be from, if it's not from the Bible, are the Quran, the Book of Mormon, or I made it up. And that's it. There's no points. There's just realizing that they all stole from each other. They all sound alike. But also that Crystal can write a Bible.
And it's easy to make up.
Yeah, it's easy to make up if you just know the stupid shit they say in the Bible. It's really easy to make up. Okay, we got a couple more. Let me bring y'all up.
How many people are you allowed to have on stage at a time?
Apparently this many.
I've never seen the stage this small. Like I've never seen the boxes this small.
I know.
Hi, Crystal.
I know. Hi, welcome. How are you?
Hello.
Doing good.
How's everybody on the panel?
Hey, Auntie. You know I love a good
Doing
game.
well. All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start at the top. Jenny, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Okay, I'm going to start with you, Jenny, okay? And then I'm going to go down.
Okay.
Ruby, Charlene, Grana, Reckless, Robin, Jada, and then Thinker. I'm going to say a phrase. You just have to say divine if it's from the Bible. Remember, I use the American Standard. I have to. Or decline if it's from the Quran, the Book of Mormon, or I made it up. Okay, so here we go. Here's the first one. The hoary head is a crown of glory. It shall be found in the way of the righteousness. Jen.
Okay, nerve-wracking. This is my first time playing this game. The hoary head?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yep.
I'm gonna go divine.
Would you like to? Would you like the spelling?
Like something.
Would you? I think I'm saying it right. It's Hoary. The hoary head is a crown of glory. It shall be found in the way of righteousness.
I'm gonna go divine. I don't know.
All
It just
right,
seems like
Ruby.
something.
That sounds insane. Divine.
Okay, Charlene.
Y'all know
Are you
I'm
there?
talking right. Y'all know I'm just talking right. You know I was just talking.
No.
Just a blue streak, just a going. I was asking, would you read that again?
Yes, absolutely. That's okay. The hoary head is a crown of glory. It shall be found in the way of righteousness.
Divine.
All right, Grana.
Decline.
All right, Reckless.
I'll say divine.
All right, Robin. Yes, that's the correct spelling, Robin.
I have a question. How is this hoary spelled?
Just the way you wrote it in chat, right there.
Okay, I'm gonna say divine.
Okay, Jada.
I'm gonna say decline.
Okay, Thinker.
I'm gonna say divine.
It is divine. And I want to tell you something, Thinker. I put a prompt up like a week or so ago that said, do you have the Holy Spirit? Because I wanted Christians to come up and say they did, and then I was going to play divine or decline with them and show them that they didn't. but they wouldn't come up. I thought this would be the perfect, because Minnie Kwan did it one day. She was like, Crystal, you have the perfect game to show them that they don't have the Holy Spirit and that they cannot tell the difference between scripture any more than we can, you know? But they don't want
That would have been good.
They don't want, I know, right? I thought it would be fun. Okay, number 2. And they say our hearts
Crystal,
are
we can play it
hardened.
on my live one night if you want to and test them.
Oh, that would be fun. Oh my God, I would love that. I have a whole I have a whole database now. So. Okay. And they say our hearts are hardened. Nay, but God hath set a seal upon them because of their unbelief. Jen.
Decline.
Okay, Ruby.
Can you read it one more time?
Sure. And they say our hearts are hardened. Nay, but God hath set a seal upon them because of their unbelief.
Divine.
Okay, Charlene.
Divine.
All right, Grana.
Divine.
All right, Reckless.
That would be a divine, I think.
All right, Robin.
I'm gonna also say divine.
All right, Jada.
I'm gonna say decline, but that's only because I just knew that last one was from the Book of Mormon. I'm through. So yeah.
Okay. Thinker.
I'm gonna stand with Jada and say decline.
It is declined. That is from the Quran 288. I don't know what that means, but that's what it says. Okay. 288, I think, is a surah.
Yeah, I think it's the surah. I guess I was thinking about when uh, God said He was going to what is it?
Send us
Make them.
from delusion.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Thank you.
Yeah.
It sounded like that. How dare they?
Okay, number 3. A man that flattereth his neighbor spreadeth a net for his feet. Jen.
That kind of sounds Shakespearean almost. uh, decline.
All right, Ruby.
I'm going to say decline.
All right, Charlene.
So will you read it one more again?
Sure. A man that flattereth his neighbor spreadeth a net for his feet.
Damn. I'm gonna say divine.
All right, Grana.
Decline.
Did you say decline?
Yes,
Okay.
sorry.
Reckless.
Decline.
All right, Robin.
I'm gonna say decline.
Oh damn.
Okay, Jada.
Going to decline.
All
Jada's gonna
right,
decline the
Tinker.
whole conversation. I- okay, so it sounds like some proverb shit, but it also sounds like something Crystal would have made up. So I was thinking the same. I was thinking the same
Dang.
thing. Thinker. I was thinking it. Hold
I
on,
was
say it
thinking
one
about
more
what
time, Crystal.
version she was using. Because she said the American Standard Version. This doesn't sound like it would be in that.
No. Okay, a man that flattereth his neighbor spreadeth a net for his feet.
That sounds like some proverb shit. Man, that flattered his name. I'm gonna go with divine.
It is divine, and that is the American Standard. Remember, it was written in 1901.
Wow.
Okay.
Have my people and get my money back. Because what
All
you
right,
telling
Tinker.
me is, I
I was
thought you
feeling
made it
kind
up.
of lonely
I
there. Everybody
was
kept
sure
going
you made
decline.
it up. No, I was sure she made
It
it
sound
up.
like
I
it sound like
did.
something
Mhm.
Crystal would have made up.
I do like to
But it
make
also sound
a
like
proverb. And
proverbs. That's some
Is it
proverb shit.
Proverbs?
Yeah, that's got to be some proverb shit.
oh, Ruby, thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming up. Okay. And blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall inherit mercy in the day of recompense.
Divine.
Jen.
I'm through.
Charlene.
The decline.
Okay, Grana.
Decline.
Okay, Reckless.
Divine.
Okay, Robin.
I'm gonna say decline, but this is good imitation scripture.
Jada.
It has to start with a D. The word that I said. Okay, I'm gonna say divine. I'm gonna say divine.
Okay, Thinker.
I'm gonna say decline.
It is declined. That was just fabricated because the blessed are the peacemakers, they shall inherit the earth, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
pretty
yeah.
sure it's the earth.
It's the earth.
I
I just wanted to
I
see if
do
Read the
y'all
book
hate
knew.
to
of
be
Crystal.
Have you guys heard Joel when they make him read? You know how like the Christians will go, "What version are you reading from? I want the King James," and then they like, want you to read from the King James. Joel will add extra sounds on the word, so he'll go, and blessedeth are the peacemakers, for they shall inheriteth the mercy, and they get really mad, and they're like, just read it normal.
That's what the last one sounded like. It was too many ifs.
Right, I know. It made me think of that. I was like, I love it when he does that because he gets so mad. And he's like, well, then why don't we just read it in regular English, since they translated it later in modern English? I don't know. Could do that. Okay, number 5. He that covereth his transgressions shall not prosper, but whoso confesseth and forsaketh them shall obtain mercy. Jen. Not sound like I just did that.
Can you repeat it one more time?
Yes. He that covereth his transgressions shall not prosper, but whoso confesseth and forsaketh them shall obtain mercy.
I'll say divine.
All right, Charlene.
Read it again, Miss Crystal. Make sure
Okay. He
make
that
sure you put
covereth
the emphasis in the emphasis, okay?
okay. He that covereth his transgressions shall not prosper, but whoso confesseth and forsaketh them shall obtain mercy.
I'm gonna say divine just because the way you sound made it
Okay.
sound divine, Miss Crystal. Okay.
Aw, thank you. Brianna.
I think I know this one, but I'll be wrong because I say that. Decline.
Okay, Reckless.
Divine.
Okay, Robin.
Okay, so I have a question. Are you only using Protestant books of the Bible for this? Can I ask that question? Are you using Catholic Apocrypha? Is that in like the Bible you're
I
using?
believe that there shouldn't be any Apocrypha in the American Standard Bible because I believe it's a Protestant Bible.
Okay, I'm gonna go with
It
decline.
is Protestant.
Okay, Jada.
I'm gonna say read it one more time. One more time for me, please.
He that covereth his transgressions shall not prosper, but whoso confesseth and forsaketh them shall obtain mercy.
I'm gonna go divine.
All right, Thinker.
I'm gonna go with divine.
That's correct. That is divine. That's Proverbs 28:13. By the way, the top players of this game have always been like Thinker, Bash, and Fee, and oh gosh, I forget. There's one of my friends who I'm leaving out now, and they're going to yell at me later. But you can let me. I can't remember.
Crystal, you need to move Thinker to the top.
Huh?
You need to move Thinker to the top.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can just all use her answer.
Please, please.
Yeah.
It's too much pressure.
That's why. Okay. Okay, and thus we see that by small means the Lord can bring about great things. Jen.
It sounds good. I'm going to say decline, though, just because of the pattern.
Okay, Charlene.
Decline.
Okay, Grana.
Decline.
Okay, Reckless. Okay, Robin.
Decline.
Okay, Jada.
I just like to say I pride myself on going against the grain, but apparently that strategy is fucking up. I'm just gonna go decline as well.
Okay, Thinker.
I'm gonna say decline because that sounds like Cat in the Hat. That sounds like something Dr. Seuss would write. And Yahweh don't know how to rhyme. I haven't seen one rhyming stanza in the Bible, so I'm
That's
gonna say,
true.
yeah, I'm gonna say decline.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to read it one more time for Clara because in chat before we move on, and I'll tell you the answer. And thus we see that by small means the Lord can bring about great things. So there it is. And that is decline. That was the Book of Mormon. Who knew
That's
that
the Book of
they
Mormon?
could rhyme? That's the Book of Mormon.
That was my guess, but it was only a guess.
That is the Book of Mormon. Okay, here we go. Jehovah preserveth the simple. I was brought low and he saved me. Jen.
Oh, I'll be honest, I have not read the Bible in full. They mention Jehovah?
I can't answer these questions.
Okay, decline. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay, Charlene.
Read it again, Miss Crystal.
Jehovah preserveth the simple. I was brought low, and he saved me.
I'm a decline.
Okay, Grana.
Can I do half and half? I'm going to say divine.
Okay, Reckless.
I think decline.
Okay, Robin.
Will you please repeat it for me?
Jehovah preserveth the simple. I was brought low, and he saved me.
I'm going to say divine.
Okay, Jada.
Divine.
All right, Thinker.
I want to say divine, but I don't know if the American Standard Bible uses Jehovah.
So divine.
Yeah, I'm gonna say divine. I'm gonna say divine.
It is divine. It's Psalms 116:6. So
Is the
that was
American Standard
divine.
Bible
And yeah,
Jehovah's Witness? Are they Jehovah's Witness?
no, I don't know. It was started in 19. It was written in 1901, and for some reason, it is copyright free. There's like two that I can use. One is the web version. I don't remember what that stands for. Something English Bible or something. I forget, but it's WEB, and the American Standard. But the American Standard kind of sounds a little bit like the Book of Mormon, so that's why I like to use it over the web, because the web is too obvious that it's not one of the other books. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they were started by, or like maybe whoever wrote it, is from the branch of the Jehovah's Witness, but they use Jehovah instead of Yahweh or the Lord.
Yeah, that's interesting because I thought most Christians refer to him as Yahweh, and it was the Jehovah's Witness that came up with calling him Jehovah. So that's interesting.
Oh wow.
What I learned in Bible school is that the sounds, because the name of God was never spoken, they didn't know if it was Jehovah or if it was Yahweh. So because of that, or something like that, my pronunciation isn't good. That's why some people use Jehovah and some people, but now we know it's Yahweh. So
You guys, I'm gonna pin my gift goal. I only need one more gift, I think, to make my gift goal, and so if somebody would like to help me reach it, that would be great. Okay, let's see. Number 8. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness. Jen.
I'm so sorry. Can you say that one more time?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for helping me reach the gift goal. I said, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness.
I'm gonna go decline.
All right. Charlene.
Miss Crystal, I'm sorry. Will you read it one more time?
Sure. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness.
Wow. I'm gonna say divine. Probably wrong,
Okay.
but I just want y'all to know I'm gonna share this with y'all because y'all can't have none. But I'm eating me some liver and onions, some rice, cornbread, and steamed
Ooh,
broccoli.
I want some cornbread.
And when I tell you this so good, I feel like I need to slap somebody. I want to fight y'all.
Grana, divide or decline?
divine.
All right, Reckless.
Divine.
All right, Robin.
I'm going to also say divine.
All right, Jada.
I'm gonna say decline.
Okay, thinker.
Divine.
That is I lost it for a minute. Yes, that is divine. And that's Isaiah 5:20.
I used to have a
You guys,
version
thank
of that
you all for being
memorized.
here.
So I used to have a version
Oh,
of that
did you?
memorized, so I had a little one up on that one.
Thank you guys for the 124,000 likes and all the shares and the gifts and everything. And thank you so much. Make sure you give Thinker and the panel. I appreciate them being up here playing my fun little game with me. All right, number 9. And whoso trusteth in his riches shall fail, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch planted by the waters. Jen.
I am on a losing streak. I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
I am not a good Christian.
That was honest.
Can you say it one more time? I'm so sorry.
Sure. And whosoever trusteth in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch planted by the waters.
Decline.
Charlene.
I don't know.
I'm a decline too.
Okay, Grana.
I'm asking God just a moment.
Okay. All right,
Decline.
let's all pray.
I mean, divine.
Divine. Reckless.
Divine.
Okay, Robin.
Crystal, will you repeat it one more time, please?
Absolutely. And whoso trusteth in his riches shall fall, but the righteous shall flourish as a branch planted by the waters.
I'm going to say divine.
All right, Jada.
I don't even know why you're asking me. I'm gonna be wrong, so I'm gonna say divine.
Thinker.
I'm gonna say decline.
Thinker, are you at like have you gotten 100% so far today?
Yeah.
Because that was decline. I made that up.
Wow.
That was the book
good.
of Crystal.
Listen to the pattern. Listen to the pattern. Yeah. It was close though. It sounds close.
I know. I was really trying, but then I was like, if you really listen to it, it doesn't really say anything. And I thought that's what made it be like, real. Like, because it doesn't really tell you anything. What?
It didn't say tree, it said branch. You plant a branch.
Yeah.
So that didn't make sense to me. That was all.
I know.
I'm getting traumatized. It's taking me back to my childhood. I don't trust myself anymore. It's fine. It's fine, Crystal.
Look, no, she been declining this whole time, and the moment she decided to go divine, she get it wrong.
Okay, and here is the final question of the day. This is for all the marbles. Whoever gets this right, you get eternal life in heaven with your Lord Jesus Christ. Here we go.
We go bottom up?
Can we go bottom up? Purpose. Whatever the answer is, just put me down for the wrong one. You trying to trick us into heaven, Crystal? What the fuck?
You know what? I got interviewed by Girls Gone Godless, the podcast, and I told them about the time that I believed that women could have their hysterectomy healed, and that you told me, I am so glad I didn't know you back then, because if you would have fucking told me that God could heal my hysterectomy. And now I'm trying to trick you into heaven. I'm trying to heal your hysterectomy, trick you into heaven.
I don't know, Crystal. You might be a double agent at this point.
Man.
Right?
What?
Don't know.
You imagine somebody going, y'all ain't get into the gates and y'all ain't be like, you made it in, and atheist, and you be like, God damn it, what the fuck I gotta do to go to hell? I'm gonna come here and tear this whole motherfucking bitch up. I'm gonna be worse than Satan, motherfucker.
I thought I blasphemied you. What the fuck does Blasphemy, you!
Somebody sent
I
me a
thought that was
video
some
today.
magic powers.
Somebody sent me a video today of an old lady telling Jesus, "Get your imaginary ass off my yard," and then Jesus Jesus running from the side of the house. She opened the door. She said, "Get your imaginary ass off my yard."
All right, number 10. And they who believe and do righteous deeds, their Lord shall guide them by their faith. Beneath them shall rivers flow. Jen.
Can we go bottom up? Last one. I want.
I'm going to hell. Decline. I decline.
Are you still waiting? Okay.
We're still
Decline.
Yeah, we're still waiting. Okay, decline, Charlene.
I'm sorry. You read again, Crystal.
Yeah, and they who believe and do righteous deeds, their Lord shall guide them by their faith. Beneath them shall rivers flow.
Can I skip? I'm gonna say, but I don't have a clue.
Okay.
It could be
Do you want to go
divine,
to
and it
heaven
could
or
be.
hell?
Oh, I did what the said? Didn't you say decline? Decline.
You want to decline? Okay, Brianna?
Decline.
Okay, Reckless.
Divine.
Okay, Robin.
For the marbles. I'm just joking. I'm gonna say I already said fuck the Holy Spirit. How did I end up here? Okay, I'm gonna go with decline.
Okay, Jada.
I'm gonna go with divine just because I'm hoping I'm right, so that I can go to heaven. Because I know my family will be livid because they think I'm going to hell.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say divine.
Okay, Thinker.
I'm gonna say divine because I know that shit didn't come from Yahweh. So I'm hoping that I go to hell. Divine.
You are going to hell, you fucking heathen. It is from it's from the Quran. That is 10-9. That was decline. And Thinker actually got 100%, I think, because
I've never heard of
did
someone
the
getting
whole
100.
Uno reverse at the end on me there.
I got 5 people. 5. That's insanely good, I think.
This is the worst I've done yet. I'm so disappointed.
No.
Now I'm on track. I'm on track. This was definitely just as bad as every other time I played this game.
Yeah. I feel like I've won the lottery just getting 5. So yeah, I've gotten 1 or 2 before.
I didn't do too bad.
Well, if they didn't all plagiarize from each other, we wouldn't have this problem, would we? So it's really not your
Exactly.
fault.
Exactly.
I want to thank everybody for being here, but first, Thinker, I would love for you to tell everybody what your album names are, where they can find them, and then, just tell people what you got going on, where they can find you, when they can find you, and what do we have in store with you?
So I have 2 albums right now on all platforms except for YouTube Music. One is Unholy Intelligence. It's focused strictly on like deconstruction. And it's like the beginning of your deconstruction journey. And then Her Voice, which is volume 1 of redacted files, just telling the stories of women in the Bible from their perspective. I'm about to release another album. Again, it's just me shit talking the God, the whole religion journey in deconstruction. Adam Had a Baby would be on that one. And then there, thank you. There's we have an announcement coming up in March, and I'm pretty excited about. And then you can find me on TikTok, where do the lives on YouTube at Archthinker. And then this Friday, this Saturday coming up, I'll be on the line with Justin. I'm pretty excited about that.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's
so excited about that.
amazing.
Yeah. So
All right, you
that's
guys.
about
So
all.
I'm sorry,
That's
Grana, were you
all.
going to say something?
I just wanted to thank you for humiliating me once again, and all of us except for Thinker. It's so much fun.
No, that game is really fun.
I am going to ask Joel. He has talked about one time. I'm going to see if we can set something up where he could do a Decon Q&A with CrystalJae, but I am the guest, and I will get a chance to play the game, and you guys can humiliate me and make me feel just as so much fun. I don't know, ignorant about these texts. But yeah, so I'm going to see if we can't figure out a time for us to do that. But you guys, thank you so much for being here. I will be live again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific time. My podcast is out. It's called Auntie Sermons. It's out everywhere except for Apple right now. I haven't done that yet. I know I have to get to it, but I have a million things going on.
Just a reminder, auntie is spelled like uncle and auntie. It's not A-N-T-I.
Yeah, it's A-U-N-T-I-E. I'm your auntie, and I'm reading you these sermons. That it's just because I called them Auntie Sermons, A-N-T-I, but my chat GPT thought I meant auntie, and then I liked it, so I kept it. So, but it's a podcast about every woman in the Bible, named or unnamed. And so go check that out. The first 2 episodes are out. They drop every Wednesday. Also, I have a couple of albums out, Ex Parte and A Seat at the Table, and you can listen to those everywhere you listen to music. I want to thank everybody for being here. Is there somebody we could raid right now? Who is live?
Mama Bash should be live. She normally goes live at 4.
I think Deconstruction, the GM, is going live right now.
Who?
Board Agnostic is live right now. We'll go ahead and head to Board since Board is live right now. I love Board, and they, we want to make sure that we support, whoever is live. I want to send everybody over there. Board is amazing, so go check out Board. Thank you all for being here. I will see you around the mean streets of TikTok and YouTube. Thank you again, Thinker. I had a great time. I hope
you're welcome. Thank you, Crystal. This is awesome.
6 more months. Thanks so
absolutely.
much.
We'll get together about playing this game on the live.
Okay, that would be so fun. I would love that. All right, bye everybody.
All right, bye y'all.
Bye.